Tensha. But yeah, so I would know literally nothing. So that's what's kind of interesting to me, right? Is discovering like what Zima can do, what technically Eagle can do, Mesmer Jr., Monlicht, you know? Hell, even Blonny. I have no clue technically what Blonny could do. What even, I guess DK, I kind of know what they can do. Conjura, no clue. Even Loggerhead, I'm like, okay, debuffs. I know debuffs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's interesting. His emotion control, arcane skill. He was make all the gorillas. See, that's what I mean. I don't know. So do they need to like kill the gorillas? Is it like what is beating it? Is running away beating it? These are interesting questions that I think are good to explore. You know. So yeah. Also, shout out to A94 as well once again. For reminding me that her birthday was today for Genshin because I didn't know. Contest list event spoilers today. Oh, I never even thought about that, actually. Did you probably forget them anyway? Yeah, listen, there's a lot of characters on this list. Like, someone's gonna say, like, well, Pavia actually ate a snake live, and that's why he's, like, the most powerful. And I'll be like, that's not gonna be committed to memory. Let's be so for real. Okay? So, it'll most likely work. Oh, what's up, TTT? Will zap all the gorillas? TTT can zap things? See, once again, I have no clue. And that's what's kind of exciting about this. Is that I'm kind of like seeing it almost as like a crash course of all these arcanists. You know? So that'll be interesting. Oh my god, we should totally do like a trailer breakdown together and be like, yeah, so Recoletta's trailer, that's actually really interesting. And I'll be like, yeah, so like, her hat actually indicates that she was, a part of a band, in high school. And that's a true fact. That's a true fact. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually the cause of the storm. Dude, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Can you imagine that?
Red 38 is about to return.
Red 38 is about to return. There you go. Don Quixote, Don Quixote. You know what I'm saying? World Wide Web in Esperanto. Huh. There you go. There you go. Makes you wonder if you truly have a mother. So true, actually. How long has it been since I've hit it so true, actually? Does anyone know? Surely not that long. Oh, spoiler. Spoiler tag. Too easy. Guys, this also might be the earliest you ever see me start content. It might legitimately be the earliest I ever start content. I'm just gonna be so for real with you guys. Should we do 110 pull when Apirina gets here? Don Quixote mentioned? Dude, I'm so excited to go into a Don Quixote. Just to be there. Oh, God, Apirina's thumbnail? Wait, has that tower hit? I just actually pressed Minecraft. I'm an idiot. What is that? Don't say doing bad things to gorillas. That makes it sound so much more devious. Alright, God. Jesus. We need to discuss. We instantly already need to discuss this. Donkey.
Okay. I'm still setting some stuff up. I was not expecting to stream tonight. I'm gonna be so real with you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Brother, there is no General 2. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Hog. Oh god. How do I make this work, man? Okay. So I need to figure out how to make Discord do the thing. Because I'm there's like a million things playing in my ear right now. I cannot. There's like a million things in my ears right now. Holy shit. Okay, we'll kill that. That's fine. Oh dear lord, what is your title? Oh, you know. Oh, you know. I'm not hearing anything from Discord. Give me a moment. Man. Speak. There we go. Okay. Okay, I can hear you, Nemo. I don't know if there's another stream right now. Hold on. I have like a million tabs open. I need to make sure I don't have something playing in the background. Oh, no, dude, you're fine. I should have asked. Yeah, I got your chat up and I just saw that. I'm like, hell yeah. All right. Do you want to screen share the thing? Because I don't know how to. Cool, cool, cool. Let's do that. All right, let me do some OBS stuff real quick. No, man, it's fine. Let them know what you're about. Video capture, I think. Allegations, he says. All right, okay, I got the Discord on thingy. Let me. Actually, I should just switch, right? Yeah, that's probably better. There we go. Blood of Fiction code. Oh, thank you, Frost. Yes, that would be great. Someone redeem that, please. God damn it. Hell yeah. Hey, TTT, how are you? Yeah, that would have actually been. No, man, just embrace it. Just embrace your true form, you know? Do we though? I feel like we don't. Oh hell yeah, Frictos. This is the way. Oh no. Y'all need to just step up your game, you know? Pull more. Oh wait, hang on. Audio's not going through, I just realized. Yeah, I just realized the Discord was on mute, so I've just been talking to myself on my stream. That's pretty good. God. Oh no. I tried. Oh yeah, sorry about that, TTT. I'm like looking at a million different things right now. The heck is? Why is this not catching shit? Come on. Yeah, I don't even know how that works, man.
You know,
There we go.
I'm constantly working towards that. You know me. You know me.
Okay,
Okay, anyway, are we hopping straight into it here?
I think so. Let me just get a check real quick. In my chat,
Huh? Of course.
is the Discord sound okay? And now we wait like 30 seconds for the
I will draw
delay.
you bald. No,
Oh,
that's
no.
actually that's heat. Actually, that's heat. Thank you. I'm really glad that that's my impact right now is a bold drawing, man. That's fire. That's fire.
Hey man, I've had someone draw me bald.
That was actually pretty good. That was a good one. I like that actually. God. God, let me quickly pull up the tier list. Oh wait, I need to add you onto the tier list screen as well. Hold on. Browser existing. Okay. Okay, where is? Oh, it's already below. Okay, never mind. That actually works. Drag it a little bit up. Okay, okay. Would you rather bald or feet? I actually none of the above. Funnily enough, none of the above. If that's all right. He was
Okay,
legacy movie
cool. Thank you,
baldness.
Bidoo.
No, why? Why will it be this? Can we get a link to the tier list? Of course. Oh my gosh. Okay, I forgot again. Yeah. There you go. There's a link to it. Apologies for not providing it sooner. I forgot again. I forgot. Dragon asked, how are we going to rank the Arcanist? And I think that's a pretty good question, considering because I think that a lot of people are curious as to how we're going to approach this, whether it's going to be like their kit or lore based or how exactly we approach. I think that you probably know this realm best, the best way to approach this. So I'm curious, how do you think that we should tackle this question?
A lot of the time, the kit they have in game does not match up with their actual skills. It's a little bit more than it should be, I think, sometimes.
Interesting, actually.
Yeah, for example, Isolde doesn't do fire stuff. I don't know why her kit is all fire stuff. But the point,
yeah,
the thing is,
that's weird.
I don't know if we want to stay strictly to lore or if we want to go, if we actually want to use their kit. Because if we use their kit, a lot of stuff, like some stuff changes.
Interesting. I think probably the most consistent thing would be to use the lore, I assume then? I don't know. Because, like, I feel like, and that will probably be more of a learning experience, right? Because I feel like you also probably don't know, like, the kit. Do you know the kit of every single... Do you know the lore of every single character?
I know, like, baseline the lore of every single character. Except for the newer ones. I haven't looked into some of the newer ones yet.
Okay. But we should be pretty good here.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think
like, at the bare minimum, I know what they do, right? In terms of like their actual arcana and stuff. Yeah. Is killing the gorillas mandatory or one of several options? See, that's another thing too. Okay, because you can see the tier list now, right? Yes.
What exactly do you think should be the tiers? Because like I think that I think that maybe we add a tier in between or like just change this to like 1 to 50, and then this is like 50 to 99. I don't really know. Like, is that too granular? How exactly?
I was thinking more. They either win, or they win really hard, which is the first two, and then there's one where it's just like no fight, nothing happens or something. Because I think a fair number of these can just straight up not have to fight. Or at the very least,
like they run away,
like a neutral case, right? Where just nothing happens, and then after that,
that would kind of be like
die.
the B tier.
Yeah.
Like neutral fight type beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And after that, they just get like destroyed or whatever,
Yeah, destroyed. Oh, you know what? We'll make this maybe like puts up a fight a little bit because dies instantly. I feel like I'm okay. I want to also make some predictions here, okay? Because once again, I don't really know all the characters, but I think, because I don't know the lore. I think that Door's gone. Door dies instantly. Not even thinking about the 2-star thing. I think that Door dies instantly. I think that August. I'm sorry to say it, okay. August 100 pummeled, because I don't really know the kit, but I mean, or the lore, right? Cristallo,
yeah, okay. I thought you were gonna get the Cristallo.
Listen.
I knew
I want to say
it there. God damn.
I don't want to say it. but you know, you know, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Who
No, no, no,
else?
no. Tell us what you're
Um,
thinking, please, and elaborate.
well, well, just you know, we'll get to it. We'll
All
get to
right, all
Krista.
right.
We'll get to it. We'll actually spend 2 hours of this video just discussing Krista. I think is the goal here. No, but like I don't know. Some of this like okay in my head, Flutter Page like controls the wind. I don't like if it's not like runs away. Like if they're in like a cage match, I think she can like put up a fight by flying around, but like I don't think she takes out any gorillas. Do you know what I mean?
Uh,
But
are the
but I
gorillas
don't know.
like hard aggro? Are they actually just coming at you with murderous intent? Is my question.
I think so. I think so because the original argument, right, is 100 men versus a gorilla. And I think in that thing, it's just 100 aggro men. You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
think we have to like flip that and kind of take that into account, you know? What did the gorillas do to deserve this?
Sometimes they don't have to
You
do
know what?
anything to deserve it, you know?
Unfortunate. And here's the thing: they're coming for us, the Arcanist. Okay, it's unfortunate. It's just a situation that each of the Arcanists have found themselves in. You know, that's how it is. That's how it is. So Also, hello, Bad Wolf. Apologies for avoiding it, but yeah.
Wait. Did you give the premise of this whole thing already?
Oh, kind of. But you know what? I probably should do it as like it. Should I do like a little bit of an intro here?
Yeah, you do them better than I do. Please.
Okay. Because I was actually gonna say, okay, not to like behind the curtains it, but I was just like, you may potentially get this out as a video if you are gonna make a video way quicker than I will.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like so curious how I'm gonna like. Well, yeah, I'm just curious how I'm gonna make a video because I'm just man, I work slow. But anyway, okay, let me think of the intro here. Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so you've all heard the debate. 100 men versus a gorilla. How many people do we lose? How many people does it take? But instead, today I am joined by a Perianite to figure out a different question. A question that requires maybe a little bit more thinking, lets us learn a little bit more about this game that we love, and flips the question on its head because instead of 100 men versus one gorilla, we thought, what if it was 100 gorillas versus each and every Arcanist? So today, we have this tier list, and a Perianite is going to lead me through. Definitely, as you all know, I'm a newcomer. I haven't even done the tutorial, so I would like to come into this and learn a little bit about these characters and who really has the chops to put up a fight against 100 gorillas. A Perianite, welcome, and thank you for joining me.
Yes, of course. Also, I was looking at your chat, and apparently they don't like your YouTube voice. Crazy.
What? What the hell? What the hell, guys? I hate his YouTuber voice. Guys, what the hell? That's not fun. That's not funny.
Also,
What?
Excalibur asks,
What?
"What if the gorilla is an arcanist?" In my chat, you die. You just die.
I
That's what
think you die.
happens.
I think yeah, you die because that's brute force and magic. YouTube mode is on. Guys, wait, no, you're making me self-conscious. Stop this.
Oh no.
Also, Neo is illiterate and can't read, so he couldn't learn about the lore even if he wanted. No, this is not true. Actually,
Theory building animal
It's not
abuse.
true.
Yeah, kind of.
it's not true actually at all. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy that everyone was just like, I hate his YouTuber voice. That kind of got to me a little bit. Wow. You know what? Never again. You guys are never getting an intro. I'm just gonna hop straight in, and you're gonna be like, "What's going on? I don't know what's going on. This is very confusing." You guys won't know that I'm trying to pull for what's her name, Noir, and Insego Leon Yue. Anyway, this is besides the point. So, I think the best way to start. Oh, you know what? Also, let me quickly just establish the categories that we have here. Also, if you're wondering why I'm in a bold cap, it's because of my chat. That's the reason.
He's
This is
keeping
not a
it
choice.
thematic.
Yeah. Exactly. With a Perianite, working with a Perianite today, I thought that I would show my support through these grueling times. Anyway,
Oh no.
we have the tiers here, and we've kind of settled. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Thank you. We've kind of settled on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiers. We can probably add some tiers if you know we deem it necessary.
Right,
but
yeah.
right now, it's basically just beats 100 plus. Like this is an Arcanist that has the chops to absolutely just decimate. We could turn the number up to 1,000. They'd probably still walk out of it unscathed. Beats 100 easy. That's just an Arcanist that like does the 100, packs it up. Good job. Maybe can't handle more. We'll see. Neutral fight is well, Pirna, you can describe that one. I feel like a little bit better. So, what is a neutral fight to you?
There are some Arcanists where I think they would succeed in having the gorillas de-aggro, essentially. There's not a lot of them, but there are a good number of them.
Interesting. There you go. All right. And then next is puts up a fight. You know what? But ultimate well, I can spell. Guys, do not call me illiterate, I swear to God. Ultimately perishes. I think it's probably like I wouldn't just say puts up a fight, but ultimately perishes and then dies instantly. Are we doing the Neo and a Pier Knight versus 100 gorillas matchup at the end?
Brother,
you know what?
we are
Yeah, you know
gonna
what? Ailment. Yeah, excuse me. I'm sure that we could take on at least like one of their arms. No.
Maybe if they had like a baby with them or something, you'd kick it around like a soccer ball.
I could probably get to that. Did you pet the cats? Are we talking about me? Oh, we're talking about. Never mind. That wasn't aimed at me. Never mind. Anyway, okay, all right. So, I guess we've just got to start it off here. Well, I think we're probably going to be going 2 stars to 6 stars. That probably makes the most sense, right? And I think we're going to be starting with Door. Now, in my opinion, thought that Door would basically instantly lose because my understanding of Door is like a mirror or something. I don't really know.
So the thing about Door is he is a piece of glass, right? The other thing about Door is he is an Arcanist, which means he doesn't get the benefits of being an Awakened, which means he would die. There is one note in one of the daily tips where Kokania tried to use her ability using Door and nearly blew up the suitcase or something. So
what?
I would say there's an edge case where he just kind of kamikazes, but I mean that's a very, very edge case.
That's like borderline a neutral fight. If it's that edge case, then I feel like takes out the 100 but doesn't make it out of it themselves. That's kind of interesting.
Right.
Interesting. Wait, you said that he's an Arcanist but not an... I thought... How is he an Arcanist but not an Awakened? How does that distinction happen?
So, I think Arcanists come in... I think, first of all, Arcanist is like kind of an umbrella term. It doesn't make any sense sometimes. But with him and with Darley Clatter, I think they're both constructs that have gained Sapience, which puts them under Arcanist as opposed to Awakened, which have different criteria for coming to existence, which I'm pretty sure are spoilers for you because you won't watch Chapter 7.
Well, you know what? Hey, you know what? Whenever my head, I'm not remembering that. I'll tell you that much. Also, I just wanted you to know I did take off the bald cap because it's been 15 minutes. So
of course.
I'm sorry, guys, but it is coming off. Otherwise, I might not be able to think with that much heat being trapped in my head. Okay, so ultimately, though, you think dies instantly, I think, is where you seem to be leaning towards for this one?
Assuming we don't have the edge case, yeah. Dead as hell.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's move on then. Instead of dawdling too much, Miss Radio, I think is another dies instantly because I only know them as an Awakened Radio. Thoughts?
She dies. Easy death.
Okay.
Not even a problem.
Instant death. Not even a problem? Okay. So, like, nothing in her kit, or not even in her kit, in the lore to help her? She's literally...
As far as we know, she is just straight up a radio. She can communicate with Voyager.
Crazy.
Apparently. But that's about it.
Damn. Hold on. But Doors alone in this scenario, and we don't know if Kakani contributed to blowing up. Yeah, okay. I think the Door was originally a mirror that existed before the universe. Interesting. Also, hello, Adventuring. There you go. Are you happy now? Hi, Adventuring. There you go. Okay.
Hey,
next. Well, and by the way, we've already moved on from the 2 stars because there's only 2 stars. Was that planned? I wonder. Anyway, 3 stars now. The first one I've got here is Alien T. What even is Alien
So
T?
Alien T, he's an actual alien, right? Straight up out from outer space, an
Oh,
alien. Um, from what we understand, he is under a little bit of an arcane ability that causes him to be small. Otherwise he would just be your normal size spacecraft, presumably.
okay, okay, okay.
If we're gonna assume he stays small, maybe he deals with one, then he dies, like with his little tractor beam, and then he dies. If we're gonna assume
Oh.
that he can get big, then I think he takes out 100 easy.
Whoa! Wait, that's interesting. Because in my head, even if he's small, like, okay, here's what I'm thinking. He like hovers one into the air, right, like kind of high up, and then just drops it, and then it dies. Like, can he? Does
Right.
like if he can he fly high enough, or and can he reach far enough? I don't really know.
He can definitely
You know, like
reach far enough. Like if you were to take, actually, you know, he actually might be a lot higher. Because now that I think about it, he could
that's what I'm
just
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
stay. Even if he's small, he just
Out
stays
of
out of reach, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if they're
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
constantly
Yeah.
aggroing, they'll eventually just die of like a heart attack or something. Because
Mm.
gorillas don't have great stamina, right? Like as far
Oh,
as
yep,
compared
yep,
to
yep.
humans, their stamina is absolute trash. They could very
Oh,
easily
yeah,
just over exert themselves and die. Um,
yep, 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 yep.
so I'm saying anyone who just can stay out of reach, just in general, probably beats 100 just through sheer attrition.
Damn. Okay. 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 But like realistically, it'd take like ages, I think, for Alien T to beat like 100 plus,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like that's too far. So I think that, funnily enough, our first beats 100 easy.
yeah.
I
Like
think,
assuming no
you
like
know.
time limits or anything, right? If we just let them fight it out, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right. Well, there you go. Our first basically A tier in a way. Now it's Beta, right? Beta.
Better,
Beta.
yeah.
Um, I know her as the one with a mustache. Beyond that,
Uh,
what else can you tell me?
that's basically it, honestly. Beta's ability lets her copy other people's appearance. That's not gonna help
Okay.
her here. She dies instantly. Easy.
Damn, just dies instantly. Just dies instantly. Laura, real quick, brought up a decent point. If we're allowing floating away, wouldn't Dora Miss Radio also be able to do that?
That is true. Because they don't really have any other motion like mode of locomotion, so they could fly. Yeah, I mean, like if we're straight up just saying if they stay out of reach long enough, then they would be up there as well.
Here's my thing that I'll say. Now that I'm thinking about Alien T as well. Let's just say that the gorillas have like trees and rocks.
Oh,
Surely 100 gorillas throwing things, even their own feces to a certain degree, will like knock down these things at a certain point, right?
yeah,
Kind of like your infinite monkey theorem. Something's gonna hit,
yeah. Exit
you
100
know.
monkeys easy.
So
Yeah, probably
so like
dropping
would that
it.
even bring Alien T down a little bit?
That definitely would, I think, because he's eventually gonna. If they're just
Okay.
throwing stuff, I think closer to neutral, because it's at that point it's a question of
Yeah.
whether they take him down before they all just tire out and die.
Yep, 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 yep. This is interesting. This is interesting. Beta dies, obviously, says Chevy.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
actually so sad. Damn, that's tough. That's tough. Well, it makes sense though. And I think that we're kind of learning where our minds are at with this, right? Which is kind of interesting. You moving Alien T down here a little bit. But anyway, let's move on. Darly Clatter. Now, I don't know once again about Darly Clatter, but I think that is this another dies instantly?
Yeah, because Darley's whole thing,
Damn.
and I'm pretty sure it's also his ability, is that he is just an animated horse. Like an arcanist made him, and then he gained life, and that's pretty much it.
Damn. Damn.
Like we don't have any
That's kind
other
of crazy.
details on him besides that.
Well, there you go. There you go. I guess with that just being a simple write-off, we'll move on. John Titor. Now, okay, here's what I want to say about John Titor real quick. Is that I think it's she, right? I don't know. She can take
She.
out one. She throws that thing. If she's carrying that around the entire time, and if we've seen through some of her skins, she's like taking it on what seems to be like a marathon or something. I think she has the strength to peg that thing at one gorilla and it dies, but not more than that.
That's interesting. I don't know, right? Because like we're talking about a gorilla. Like even if we were to have just a full
That's true, I
ass
guess.
like massive dude attack a gorilla, that
Yeah,
guy's getting ripped into pieces, right? There's not a chance
I
in
guess
hell.
that's true.
Like yeah,
Damn. So
she's
John Titor doesn't have the
strong,
strength.
but there's no. I don't think so.
You don't think John Titor lifts like you do?
Not even close.
Damn. So are we saying like this is a dies instantly?
Yeah, because like also I don't think it's not a
That's
spoiler.
tough. That's tough.
But Arcanists are physically just weaker than humans at a baseline.
That's
Like,
not. I know that because of Uluru.
yeah, exactly. That's why I was trying to
Yep.
figure out whether that would be a spoiler for you or not.
Yep. No. That was in Uluru. I do remember that. There you go. Wow. There you go. Well, unfortunately, John Titor, I'm really sorry. You die instantly. Now, next up, La Source, who I know as pours water. So I don't know if that helps. Does that help?
I think Lasource
In any
easily
way?
beats more than 100.
What? No, you're kidding.
So
No, you're kidding. What?
the font her fountain thing is effectively limitless. She could flood the place.
Whoa! What the hell? I was not expecting this. This is a turn.
My only
This is a massive turn for me.
my only thing is I don't know if she needs to have someone make a wish for it to happen, or if she can use those powers just of her own volition. Because the only times we've actually seen her use it is when someone makes a wish, but I don't know if that's like necessarily a requisite or not.
Huh. Interesting. So it's that's okay. So if she has wishes going, it beats 100 plus. But if doesn't have wishes going, where would she land without the wishes going?
She
Without
dies.
without the water.
Like her
She
entire
dies.
thing is just drowning them. If she can't do that, she is dead.
So does that mean I think that we should take them maybe well, I don't know. Have we taken the rest of them at the quote unquote peak of their power?
To this
You
point,
think?
yes. And also
Okay.
it's not even that she's not at the peak. It's that I don't know if she needs to have wishes or not. Like whether
Okay,
or not that's
okay.
something she needs to have.
Okay. I mean, surely there's a bunch that can just kite out the lions till they starve by flying. The lions, well, actually, Ailment, these are gorillas. Let's get that correct, okay? We're versing 100 gorillas, not lions. But yeah, no, okay, all right. Well, you know what? Damn, beats 100 plus easy. Damn. Wait, beats 100 plus 100 easy or beats 100 plus?
100 plus. Because if we're just drowning them, then it doesn't really matter how many there are at that point, right?
Damn. Okay. Damn. I guess that makes sense. All right. There you go. All right, Leilani. She has a bow.
Yeah.
I know that.
I'm thinking she just goes up and puts up a fight. Because I mean, just the fact that she has a
Damn,
bow,
okay.
she hits them in the face or like in an eye or something that's at least
Yeah.
one, right?
I like if we give her like I think that even if we gave her 50, she's still not taking out 50. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
taking out like 20, 25. So yeah, I think that that's a pretty fair position. Nothing in her arcanist abilities would help her move a little bit higher there.
No. Like her Arcanist abilities aren't
Damn.
super expanded on. But it's nothing that would really turn the tables here.
Okay, damn. There you go. All right. Well, the first one to go and puts up in a fight, but ultimately perishes. Unfortunate for you, Leilani. But with that, I guess we'll move on to Anya. I should have said move on. No, I can't. I was about to say like on
No.
to Anya, but I
Oh,
couldn't.
God, no,
Yeah.
Stop.
Anyway, so Onion. Now I know that is she. So this is kind of based on Onion news, right?
Mhm.
Is that the bit here?
That-
What
I
does
believe
that do
is,
for
yeah.
her?
She's a newscaster.
Is that it?
That's it.
Is that
That is
Damn,
literally all
so-
it is.
so? I'm assuming.
Yeah. She is
Yeah,
weaker
okay,
than the
well-
newspaper her head is made out of.
Damn. That's crazy. Unfortunate. Damn. Okay, well there you go. Well, you know what? I'll pay it. She's got a fire fit. You know, I think her fit's kind of fire, so I'll give her that.
Wait,
But
Mask does say Onion can create monsters from trash. That is, however, that's her game kit, and I don't know whether that translates or not. And even if it does, they're paper monsters, so it still
Oh,
dies instantly. I
yeah.
think.
no, the gorilla throws a bit of feces, and that stuff's kind of crumbling a
Yeah.
little bit. You know, let's be honest. But there you go. All right then. Well, next up, the 3-star is this also our latest 3-star that's released, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I
Or
believe so, just because they
Yeah,
don't really release
2.0.
3-stars very often.
yeah, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, it's Pioneer. Now I know that he's a mannequin.
Mhm.
So I think he actually borderline has like terrible chances here, right?
It's weird, right? Because Awakened, I think in general, have kind of this weird. Like, if we're just gonna assume, hmm, I'm trying to figure out how much I can tell you without, because it's not a big point, right? But it's still technically
Yeah.
a spoiler.
I think we can go there. I think we can go there.
Okay, Awakened
I'll
can't
allow it.
die. That's just it. It's not a
Damn.
spoiler, but they can't
So
die. I mean, it's not
okay,
a big
okay,
spoiler,
okay.
but they can't die.
Yeah. Let's just say though, let's just say that like the 100 gorillas crumple up Pioneer into a tiny ball and swallow him somehow. He's still alive through that?
Technically, yes. From what
Damn,
we
that
understand,
sucks.
technically, yes.
That is actually maybe worse than dies instantly.
Yeah,
Like a little bit.
if we're thinking the lose condition is they have to die, then by technicality, Awakens don't ever lose. But I mean that's not really a win either, is it?
Yeah, I don't think because like it's not like you're beating 100, and I don't really
Exactly.
think it's a neutral fight. Like you were being excreted out of a gorilla in my head. Like that's kind of a should we add a tier fate worse than death?
I think that'd probably be a good
Is that
idea, yeah.
necessary?
Because I mean,
I'm gonna add that.
yeah,
That's so sad. That's actually that made me sad for the Awakened a little bit. Oh my god. Fate worse than death. Wow. Pioneer, I'm so sorry. That actually sucks. Where's the draw category? I think that neutral fight is basically draw category.
Mhm.
I think, you know? Damn. There's something in the first anniversary live stream that talks about death for Awaken, though, no? Says Allura.
It's
I wouldn't
again,
know.
it's spoiler stuff, and I think that one actually
Oh.
might matter. But
Damn, okay.
but in this case, it's not really applicable.
Damn. Well, there you go. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I'm really sad, Pioneer. And here's the thing: I completely made that up. So I kind of feel bad for Pioneer that I
Yeah,
kind of
you
did
just
that.
decided
I kind of
he's
really
getting
Ye-
excreted from
yeah,
the
he-
gorilla for no reason. Dang, man, that's crazy.
Oh god. You know what's crazy? That if you think about the timeline of things, maybe Pioneer is helping take down Door or Miss Radio or Alien T because like they excrete
No.
him and then like
And
they
then they
throw
throw
him
him
at
yeah.
one of those three. That's kind of
That's
crazy to think
terrible.
about. And you know what? Yet that really is a fate worse than death. And people staring at this tier list before be like, "What the hell does that?" And then they're maybe gonna watch this VOD and be like, "Oh, that's
awful.
an interesting way to take that. That's awful." Anyway, there you go, Pioneer. I do apologize because you seem like a nice fellow. I don't know. You have cool flowers in your pocket. But let's move on to Sputnik.
So Sputnik's an Awakened. She
Sputnik.
is the Sputnik satellite Awakened, right?
Right. Oh, really? Like the Sputnik.
The Sputnik, yeah.
The
So I mean,
Sputnik. There you go.
baseline a neutral fight at least with Alien T.
Okay.
She is like a hunk of
Okay, I
metal,
like
so if
that,
she
I like that.
wanted to fight, she could just like blast down and probably kill one or two by just slamming
Dude.
into them, right?
Yeah, for sure. And
Um,
unlike Pioneer, probably can't be eaten
yeah,
because
exactly.
metal.
I don't know if she's
So
being
that's pretty good.
100 though, which is probably gonna put her in neutral.
Yeah. Because I feel like because even if I like kind of look at the pointy part of her at the top,
Mhm.
like she kind of hits the ground or like hits a gorilla, she might get lodged or one of the gorillas might grab that.
Yeah,
You know that's a problem. So yeah, I think neutral fight is actually a pretty good place. I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty good place.
like best case she takes out
Battle
one or
said-
two.
Yeah, right. Battle said Nero likes watching gorilla feces. Is the moral chat? And no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. Nero likes feces. Us, Justin. Well,
Well,
let's just move on. Actually, the fool.
the fool's
The
just a
fool.
dude. He's
there's
just a.
oh, is
I
it
mean, not
really
even a he. It's a gender not existent.
specified? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But we don't know anything about him. As far as we know,
Oh.
they just do theater plays and stuff, and they like Charlie. And that's about
So
it.
if you think about it, fate worth. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I was
technically,
gonna
any
make
of
a
these
joke
could
about the
have that,
theater.
right? Because if they get eaten,
I guess a little. Well, here's the thing: is that wait is the fool an awakened?
no, just a dude.
Just to do it, because I think that like having to go through the digestive tract while still alive, that's
Oh,
what makes it worse than dead. Do
yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
That makes
Like
sense. That makes sense.
that's really, where it's at. That's where it's at. Are your streams buffering too? I'm gonna quickly just check if I'm downloading something just in case, because I feel like just in case.
I'm
I
fine.
accidentally
Like
just
I had
opened
your stream popped
out
up.
of
I'm
it.
fine on my end.
Oh, okay. Fire, fire, fire. Stream's fine on my end? Dang. Okay. Alright. We'll we'll keep it going then. Let me quickly just make sure that nothing. Oh, there you go. It popped up on the wrong screen. Okay, got rid of it. Okay, gorillas don't eat meat. Yeah, but Pioneer's plastic, so like, does it count? Who knows? And you know what? It's my hypothetical. It's my hypothetical. Anyway, we put the fool in, dies instantly. Twin sleep?
Twin sleep is neutral.
Oh wow, really?
Because twin sleep, first of all, there's only one of them. The other one is kind of an arcane projection that the other made because she was feeling kind of lonely.
Oh.
But their arcanum basically hypnotizes people and puts them into like a weird fugue state, which means they can just de-aggro all the gorillas.
Ah, okay. And then like, so, and we're assuming from there like they can at least bash a few, but then like, it's not 100 easy then.
Yeah. They're not gonna kill anything. They're children, right?
Interesting.
Bare minimum, they're just putting them to sleep, or I mean, putting them into like a thing.
Interesting. Okay, well there you go. Neutral fight. There's actually, honestly, I thought that either it was going to be a more balanced tier list at this point, or it was going to be like a lot of the 2s and 3 stars, basically just in the dies instantly category. So this is pretty like LaSource was. That's a sleeper hit.
Is a weird one. Yeah.
Really weird one. That's kind of interesting. But I just realized with all of that done right there, all the 2s and 3 stars are done, and we're moving on to the 4 stars. We're moving on to the 4 stars here, starting with Zima, right? It's pronounced Zima?
Yes. Zima's a weird one, right? Because Zima's thing is that he talks to animals. Do we think he can de-aggro 100 gorillas with that?
But could he talk like at least 5 gorillas into fighting the other gorillas?
That depends on how persuasive he is, right?
Oh, so he needs to. So like he can't just be like, "Dude," it's not like mind control. It's that he can talk and persuade.
It's literally just Disney Princess, yeah.
Ah, oh, that's interesting, actually.
So if we're
what if he's like $5?
So
I think they're doing it for $5.
If we're saying
anyway,
that they're just straight up aggro, like want to kill, he dies.
Damn, that's tough, Zima. But that's the rules of the game. They're straight aggro. They don't want your money.
Hey,
they don't want to buy like a Snickers bar or something.
So you know how on Twitch sometimes you get bots coming in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of them came in. Its name is Hairless Collateral.
Hairless Collateral?
Yeah. I feel like I'm being targeted right now.
Yeah, dude, that is kind of a fire name, if I'm just completely honest with you. Hairless Collateral is crazy. Dude, usually my bots are just like, I don't even know. Well, apparently Ailment just banned one. I didn't even realize it. Vast Kingpin.
Oh, God.
There you go. Where's Chip to say, Hi Vast Kingpin. I like what you're selling. Now I want to draw Zima in a princess costume talking to animals. Should I? Allura says do it. And you know what? I think that's pretty good. Hello, Hairless Collateral, says Allura. There you go. I love that, actually. Now, okay. This next one, I think, is one of the most interesting ones to me, purely because it is Apple. And I don't know what to think about Apple, because in my head it's like even the bow tie is getting eaten. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my mindset.
The
and
man
is that the case?
Literally a fruit.
So like he's gone?
No. Here's the thing, right? Apple's Arcanum is light based, right? Because you see it in Regulus's ult and whatever, and his own ult. So theoretically, he could just make himself invisible.
Interesting.
Right? Like he could just straight up not be there as far as they're concerned. I think neutral fight is fair. Just because if you can't see it, you can't attack it.
Yeah. But like, here's the thing. Like, if we're imagining that it's like, because like, okay, in my head, this fight has been like they get plonked in the middle of 100,
Hmm.
and then they can use arcane, right? I think that Apple trying to escape the like from being in the middle of 100 gorillas maybe bumps into one, and then like they whack him down or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's something that goes on which puts him into neutral fight. I actually kind of like that. Now, Mr. Apple in my chat has said, obviously I beat 100 plus gorillas. Now, that might be a biased opinion. I think that might be biased.
I don't know
Oh,
about
Apple
that
is
one.
also an awakened.
Yes. So if he does get
Dude.
caught, it is fate worse than death.
Oh, no. Dude, he's lucky he can go invisible then.
Yeah.
That's actually tough because, dude, imagine being an apple chewed. Ugh.
And yes,
That'd
he can
actually be
also
so much
fly as
worse.
well, right? So
Yeah. So I think that neutral fight is actually a pretty good place. Gorillas could probably smell him out, though, I think.
because he is an apple,
Did they have
yeah.
a keen sense of smell? That's actually interesting. That's interesting.
I actually don't know as
But he
far as
can't go
that
invisible.
goes. Yeah.
I think that neutral fight's a good position.
Yeah.
Can't he like pretend to be one of the apples in the tree? That's also
They'll just get eaten.
a tactic. I mean, he could get eaten. So like, I think that just going invisible probably works out better for him in this case.
Mhm.
But that's pretty interesting. There you go. Apple in 4. Now I'll be honest. Like I said, I thought this was going to be like a dies instantly situation. So that's pretty cool to see Apple land that high. But oh god, we're 2 away from thing. I just realized. But next up is Bunny. I know literally zero
So,
about Bunny.
Bunny's ability
What's
is
there to know?
that she's really, really strong, right? She threw a car once.
Oh,
Yeah. The thing is, it's 100 gorillas, man.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
she'll,
yeah.
it's like the 100 men versus one gorilla, except just turned
Yeah.
around this time.
Yeah,
No, she's
yeah.
dying. She
Damn,
might.
so like
she's,
not even like puts up a fight.
I think she can put up a fight. Like if she can bench a
think
car
she can put
and
up a
like
fight?
throw it, I think she can at least beat the hell out of one gorilla.
But is that putting up a fight? This isn't. Well, I guess that's putting up a fight. I
Yeah.
think we can give that to put up a fight.
Because I think died instantly, right? Is they just get squashed.
Yeah. Alora said, I think Bunny can put up a good fight, but not beat all 100. There you go. I think Bunny Buddy grabs a gorilla and uses it as a weapon against the other gorillas, says Badu. You know what? Maybe.
She could.
So I think that puts up a fight.
Because a
I think
gorilla
that's a
weighs
good
less than a
position.
car, right? She could like just pick up a gorilla. It's just I don't think she's fighting off 99
Damn.
more.
Yeah, like if I think about it, she picks up one gorilla and then the next gorilla just tackles her.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
At a
And then
certain
it's like,
point,
well,
it's
that
just too
kind of
much.
sucks. Yeah, at a certain point, it is just a little bit too much. But next,
I'm gonna let you do
is-
this one. Go on.
this is an interesting case. Now, so in my head, Cristeo actually beats 100 plus.
Yeah, really?
Beats 100 plus, and yeah, that's nothing. That there's no history talking there.
Mhm.
I learned of Cristeo today. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm hearing of her. And you know her terrible situation.
Of course.
You know,
Why
I
do you
think we
think she
can
beats
all- I
100
think we
plus though?
Just they would feel so sympathetic to her cause.
Uh-huh.
They would feel so sympathetic, and they'd be like, "There's no way that anyone would ever want to fight you in any situation, even if forced, no nothing, you know." So then maybe neutral fight if we're trying to think, but I think that she convinces them somehow to just be like, "Hey, let me win," and then they're like, "Okay," and there you go. There we go.
Yeah.
Done.
That child is meeting God sooner than expected. That's what's happening right there.
Which, you know what? In a sense, maybe a fate better than what she was expecting.
You said it,
in a
not me.
sense-
You said it, not me.
In a sense,
That's
in a
not on
sense,
me.
can I say it? Can I say it? Maybe a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better. No, we can't forget that you beat Cancer with Cristeo. Well,
She's a
I
Disney
really hope
princess.
that
Zima is
Fructose is
too,
still here.
Fructose.
But like, you know, I wanted to help Cristeo, and that was misinterpreted. And I think that we should all just consider that, and just really think about. He never even gave Cristeo a chance. Well, I freaking did. You got to bring that up with a Perianite. I was saying beats 100 plus,
I'm being
and that was
realistic
definitely me being
here.
truthful.
Like she can't
I
even
was
stand
definitely
up,
being
man.
truthful. Damn, really?
Not easily. I think she can too, like a little bit, but not easily.
She walks like she walks a good 5 meters.
Yeah, she needs like one of those
Damn.
walkers or something.
Damn. That's crazy. Damn. Sorry, Cristaio. When he was asked which Arcanist he'd beat in a fistfight, he answered Cristaio. No. Not without hesitation. Let's reel in it. Let's come on. Let's pipe it down a little bit. And that's not even. I feel like that's mischaracterizing the situation. You guys said if you had to go to a life or death situation with an Arcanist, which one do you think you're gonna make it out of? And I'm not gonna choose Bunny Bunny. You know, I'm not gonna choose apparently the source who can drown me. I'm gonna you know what? Yeah, it doesn't actually sound that great now that I say it out
Yeah,
loud.
you're just punching
Anyway,
down at that point.
Yeah, that was messed up. Anyway, Eagle.
Eagle
Eagle.
is a tracker. She tracks things.
Okay.
Her
She
Arcanum
tracks
is
things.
basically just like a downgraded version of Marcus's. So it's not helping.
Yeah, I was about to say, because like if she's plonked in the middle, she can't really track her way out of that.
Yeah, she's getting torn apart.
That is tough. Damn, dies instantly. Another one bites the dust. Damn, that's kind of sad for them. But that makes sense. Now, Eric is an interesting one because is that axe real?
It is real, but it is
Because-
blunted because she sleeps with it.
Oh, damn.
That being
Damn.
said, Eric is very similar to Bunny Bunny in that she also has super strength. She basically has her thing
Oh.
is basically just the rage virus, where she gets really mad and then she also gets really strong. I don't know if
okay.
it's to the same degree as Bunny. I'm thinking
Interesting.
maybe just because she has a weapon with her, she can put up a fight.
Yeah, she can. I think that considering what you just said, she can probably take on like blunt force. She can
Yeah.
figure something out.
At least one,
I
right?
think she can figure something out. Yeah, I think for sure. There. I think for sure. I'll pay it. I'll pay that one. I just realized I don't know if I ever pinned the. Sorry, I'm just quickly doing a bit of thing. I don't think I ever pinned Allure's message, which is whoops, my bad. Allure, if you want to send that again real quick, just so I can pin it, just in case. But I don't know. We can get to that later. Okay, next, Mesmer Jr. Now all I know is that she has a sick ass backstory or some lore.
Yeah.
That's it.
So Mesmer's thing is she can basically kind of see the dreams of, or the subconscious of crazy people, or just people in general, but it's mostly used on
Oh.
crazy people, right?
Okay.
That's not helping her. Like, what is she gonna do? She's going to come in, maybe
Yeah.
she sets up her thing, and then she gets squashed.
She's like, so guys, if you want me to read your dreams, just step on up. And they're like, we don't need that.
Yeah, not
We
a
don't
chance.
need that. I'm not gonna lie. There was a split second there where I was gonna try and do like a gorilla noise, but I couldn't conjure it. I was just like, I don't even know what that.
Everyone wants
No,
to hear it.
I don't know what that sound like. I don't know what I'd go for. You know, like what is it? A chimp? Is it an ape? Like what am I going? I don't really know. So we're just gonna back out of that and instead move on to Mondlik, which once again I think has a weapon here,
Yeah,
which gives them a bit of a fighting chance.
so her thing is like a gun axe, so it fires bullets. I know she has like silver bullets. I don't think it's gonna have any effect on gorillas besides just being a bullet. That being said, her
Wait.
whole thing is hunting wolves. And while gorillas are larger than wolves by a fair degree, I feel like she can at least take one gorilla down, considering she has a weapon.
Interesting. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, hold on. Let me quickly just pin the message. Thank you, Laura. All right, thank you. I was not. Okay, here's the thing. Do you think, and this is a genuine question because it's going to come up later as well. Do you think that Monlik's gun or bullets in general, do you think that you could like headshot collat these gorillas?
Probably. I mean, it is still a bullet, right?
Probably.
You hit like one of
get-
the
yeah.
less fortified parts of the bone, and chances are that gorilla's going down, right? Like
That's
this is how
true.
they
That's
hunt
true.
gorillas in general.
No, don't say that. They don't hunt. That's so sad, guys. Don't hunt gorillas. Okay. If anyone here is thinking about hunting gorillas, stop
Yeah,
thinking about it.
don't do that.
Not a good idea. 100 gorillas, one bullet. Dude, vampire gorillas though? No, that's
Yeah,
scary.
let's not do
That's
that.
very
That's
scary.
terrible.
Yeah, that is everyone goes into dies instantly, let's be honest. But so puts up a fight but ultimately perishes. I'm thinking that's kind of where we're landing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Damn,
thinking she can
damn.
take out at least one.
Okay, that's pretty solid. That's pretty
Harambe
solid. Okay,
moment.
that's a Harambe moment. Oh no. Dude, it's actually interesting how like there are people now that just like don't know who Harambe is. And I'm
Isn't
like,
that
damn.
crazy? That wasn't even that long ago. That was what,
Yeah,
2015 or something? Come
right.
on.
Damn, I know. And they're like, who's Harambe?
Damn.
Harambe. How sad. Anyway, Miss Moisson.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, in terms of Arcanum, we don't actually have a lot of information on her. We do
oh,
know
interesting.
she is a Foundation agent, and
Okay.
seemingly part of Special Forces for the Foundation.
Special for oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's helping her here though.
Really?
Right?
Damn.
Because
No,
like
no
even if
spec
she's
ops will
like
help here.
really strong and fast, it's 100 gorillas, man. I don't think she can even take out one.
Yeah. Damn. That's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. She's also Sotheby's tutor. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
She tutored Sotheby, therefore she takes out 100. And that's true. This is actually kind of interesting because we've basically had no one into the beats 100 easy category. And we're like, we're kind of, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4-stars left. Let's continue though and see if any of those 4-stars make it into that category, starting with Nick Bottom.
No. He's a dude with a donkey
Oh.
head. He
Oh
doesn't do
man,
anything. The man doesn't do anything.
that sucks. Hey, maybe they no, because they're going from, but maybe they're also thespians. We don't know.
Ain't no way.
Maybe live a bit of Shakespeare. They're like, whoa, wait a minute, this guy's going. Wait, this is fire. Wait, that's fire. Look at him go, and then they kind of fall for it. Poets for gorillas? Hell nah. See, you guys don't believe in the gorillas like I do, and I think that the gorillas can make it. I think the gorillas can make it. Anyway, Oliver Fogg. Another is this another insta death?
No, I actually think Oliver Fogg could beat. It's a weird one, right? Because so Oliver Fogg's thing is that he can release fog.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Right, and it's
Interesting.
kind of implied that this fog is kind of the same sort of smog that killed a bunch of people in London. In terms of like potency and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Now the question is if he can avoid 100 gorillas long enough for them to just suffocate. Which I'm thinking probably not.
Probably not, but is that neutral or puts up a fight?
I think it puts up a fight. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
that's fair.
he's.
I think
It's
that's
not
fair.
a neutral fight, no.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I'm not gonna lie. I was just thinking about it. I was like, dude, I should have put like a photo of a gorilla somewhere on my screen.
Yeah, I'm
That kind of
thinking
would have
that
been
as
fire.
well. But
Damn,
I have the thumbnail. It's fine.
tough. Yeah, true. Fire thumbnails. My one, I don't know where you got your gorilla pics. I'm not gonna lie, I just googled mine, and like
Same.
the gorilla on my one, he looks so like they just look so tough, like they just look so menacing, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah, no, the
that's
gorilla,
crazy.
like the tiled gorillas in the back of my thumb were like in a really seductive pose for some reason. I don't know what that was about, but I decided it was funny enough to use.
No, I think it looked great. I think it looked great. Put Monkey Titan. What is Monkey Titan?
What?
Is that a character? What is Monkey Titan? It says A94. Put Monkey Titan. All that is. He can make the gorillas get asthma. See, once again, though, asthma, that's too long. He can control folks so he can make the gorillas fight each other in confusion. See, here's the thing. I think that the gorillas are smart enough to distinguish between Little Twink Man and gorilla. Like, they might punch each other once, but then they're like, oh, that's Trevor.
Yeah.
And then move on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's that confusing.
And
which is
even
interesting.
then, like, even if they're just like kind of attacking each other randomly, you're still 90 other gorillas coming at you, right? Like at
Yeah,
a certain point,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
too much.
I'm not gonna lie. Bad Wolf just left the comment. I already see a gorilla on your screen though, which is crazy.
Oh no,
That's crazy. That's messed up.
terrible.
That's messed up.
They call you bald,
Cleo
and they call
said,
you gorilla. Come on.
I know, a bald gorilla. Dude, bald gorilla would actually maybe be horrendous. Like a completely
Have you
shaven gorilla?
seen like the shaved chimpanzee?
I've not.
It's horrible. They're like
No.
they're
No, that
jacked as
sounds
hell,
like
dude. It's crazy.
what? No, that feels so sad though. Like that gorilla was definitely, or chimpanzee was definitely shaved against their will. Like they were not like,
Oh,
hell
for
yeah,
sure.
let
But
me get a
like
haircut.
it looked horrifying. Like that thing could kill you.
Damn. Cleo also said should have a kill them at the cost of of their own life category, which I think is
neutral
kind of
fight,
what puts
right?
up a fight, but ultimately dies
yeah.
or neutral. Yeah, I think that those are kind of like I think that they can slot in there. I think they can slot in there. But anyway, let's I just tangented a little bit. Pavia.
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 Pavia has a gun. It's a handgun that's not penetrating a gorilla. And he has a bunch of little wolf friends. Maybe he takes out one. I don't think it's any more than one though.
Okay. So puts up a fight, but ultimately perishes.
In the best
Interesting.
case.
I didn't know that he has wolves. Yeah, and that's best case. That's
Yeah.
best case. That's best case. That's interesting. I didn't know that he had a gun or wolves. So there you go. Interesting. Can Merkel just said, can someone give TLDR why LaSource is on top? Because I don't read her story and I just tuned in. And Alora actually just answered it. There you go. Done. Easy. All right. Poltergeist.
So I think Poltergeist is cheating, right? She's a ghost.
Yeah, can they even like whack her?
Like, I don't think so, because she can actually just become intangible. Like in her kit, and from what we've seen of her, she can just straight up go intangible.
But can she do anything to beat them?
I'm thinking worst case it's neutral. Best case they try to hit something that's not there and they all just exhaust themselves eventually.
I think that we'll put that in neutral then. I think that's more of a neutral than it is a beats on. Because I feel like, I'll be honest, Poltergeist is the first beats 100 easy is kind of crazy. You know, like that's kind of crazy, I feel. So I think that neutral fight, I think that's a good position for Poltergeist to be in. Now, the next one is Rabies. And if I'm not mistaken, is Rabies just not made of straw?
We don't really know. So Rabies was originally a dude. He made a deal with something, and that resulted in him becoming whatever he is now. Whether he's just made out of straw straight up, or whether he's covering himself up in straw, or what, I don't know. I'm assuming he's just made out of straw.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't do anything. He's just a scarecrow, right?
Yeah. And like, if I think about it, can gorillas eat straw?
I mean, I'm sure they can eat it. I don't know if they choose to, but I guess if they're trying to fight, like, they'll definitely try.
Eat him a little bit? Yeah. So, but this is a dies instantly?
I think so. Like, if we're not taking Game Kit into account, I don't think he's doing anything here.
Oh, you know what? Okay, we'll finish off TTT and then I'll ask my question. So TTT, the last 4-star that we have here, where does TTT go?
So TTT is not the TVs, right? TTT is the internet personified, essentially. Which means she doesn't actually exist in those TVs. She can exist wherever the hell she wants to.
Oh, what?
So I think
I thought that like TTT was like a trapped being inside like a weird realm, but the embodiment of
the internet
of the internet,
essentially. Yeah.
So this is interesting.
So they can't kill her in any real sense, right? They just destroy the TVs and that's it. Whether she can beat them or not, I'd say neutral at best. Maybe because we've seen her like swing around her little tentacle things, right? And shock stuff. But again, that's Kit. I don't know how well that translates over to her actual lore.
Here. Oh wait, but it's like we're pre-9. Okay, here's my question: can TTT, if she's the internet personified, can she like instantly wire like $1 billion to someone?
I don't see why not.
Because I think if she pays someone off, like, could she just pay someone? Like, she just disappears. They destroy the TVs. She pays someone, and then someone comes and just kills all the gorillas. Like,
if we're gonna allow that? Then yeah, realistically, she could. Right.
Like, because in my head, if we're letting LaSource drown them, I think that TTT might be our next Oh yeah, dude. Ailman just said just blast them with Twitter. Dude, they see Twitter and they'd probably give up a little bit. I did. I'd be like, damn.
If we're
This
if we're
is
if we're allowing outside interference, then she probably could just like hire someone to kill the gorillas, right?
right. TTT will give them brain rot as well. TTT is a VTuber true.
True
There
and
you
real.
go. I listen. Okay, because okay, if I go down the list, here's the thing. John Titor, I don't think is contacting anyone quick enough. That's like the only other person that I think can
Yeah,
contact someone
not a
quick enough,
chance.
right? So like, if I think about it, this seems like kind of fair because it's just like
Using the tools at your
realistically
disposal.
using the tools at your disposal, you know? Or even if I'm looking at TTT, there's like a speaker. If she just blasts music really loud, they're like, "Oh god." And like maybe they get to a quick like I can see a few waves. Oh, a few ways that this can play out. See, Ailman just said, "Isn't Pavia part of the mob?" This then becomes where do we draw the line on what counts as their capabilities? See, but I don't think that like Pavia can like call up like his buddies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't really see like a phone on him. But with TTT, the embodiment of the internet, I think like for sure he can do something here. You
Right.
know what I mean? I think that
And
that's within her realm of capability. Like she's like Ultron in a way.
yeah, and like the difference here is that for her, there's not really a time limit. Like even if the TVs get destroyed, she's fine. So she doesn't really have the added like stress of, hey, these things are gonna kill me, right? Where
Dude, and
Pavia and
Verity,
oh yeah,
yeah, no, you're exactly right. Because Verity just said she can just hack a nuclear weapon and bomb them. I didn't even think about
exactly,
that.
right, yeah.
There
Weapon
you go.
systems,
Yeah,
yeah. She
weapon
probably beats
systems.
100 plus if we're taking that into account. Then
That's kind of crazy. Now, I will say though, Bad Wolf has said, "What's a periodite source on TTT being the internet personified? I demand a fact check on this one."
that is in her character stories. Her first character story
Ooh,
references the internet being birthed, essentially.
wow.
Can't recall if there's any in her actual like stories, but definitely her character stories.
Mm-mm. There you go. And A94 says she can just summon an AC-130. And
Exactly.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Enemy AC-130 above, what they can't fling their feces that high. I'll tell you that much. They won't freaking do that. So I think, yeah, I think that we can give TTT a 100 plus. Well, there you go, TTT, by the way.
Got him.
Well done. Well done. And with that, we have finished all the 4 stars, and now we have, I mean, goddamn, we still have quite a bit to go. But at this juncture, I wanted to ask you, with our tier list looking the way it is now, how much do you think it would change if we instead shifted to a kit-based system? Like if we were saying it's only the kit.
So rabies goes up because he does poison, right? Like they get poisoned and die.
Mm,
For sure.
interesting.
Eagle
Interesting.
does a fuck ton of damage for some. Sorry about that. I know you don't like to swear on your stream. Eagle does
Oh, no,
a
no.
lot of
People can
damage.
swear on my stream all the time.
Does a lot of damage for no reason. So I think she could
Mhm.
actually go up until at least puts up a fight.
Wow, okay.
Probably
So there's a little bit of shifting. There's a little bit of
a
shifting.
little so far,
you
only a
know?
little bit. I think you start to see a lot of the shifts towards the higher star units for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for the
Yeah,
lower
yeah,
rarity
yeah,
units,
yeah.
it's kind of what you see. Well, like what you see is what you get, right?
Interesting. There you go. Also, yes, by the way, you are fully free to swear. Don't worry about that.
Okay,
At all.
for sure.
I'm once again, it's just on me. Considering she's internet personal, she can't really die. So she's gonna be, yeah. TZ high tier don't diff. Also, her name in Esperanto means World Wide Web. There you go. It depends on the
That
year
too,
the
yeah.
battle happens. Anything below a certain time, she doesn't. Well, we're kind of pretending that like we're pushing up to 1999, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, for TTT, a
yeah,
lot
I
of it is
think
context dependent, but I mean, if we're giving them best
yeah,
case scenario, right?
yeah. Onion's ult is a giant monster stomping a city, so Onion probably also might
Yeah, if we're
move up
taking,
in the
if we're taking that
in the
into
kit
account.
scenario. But that I think is a discussion perhaps for another time. And instead, let's actually I'm curious, did you take the tragic event stream? Did you take that on kit or
I took it
lore?
on lore for the most part. I think there was one
Yeah,
or
no,
two where I was like, this could be part of their ability, even if we don't have any direct confirmation. But for the most part, it was lore.
Miss Mosan uses hammers.
Yeah, exactly. Like even
uh,
if she's using weapons, right? There's gorillas, man.
that's funny actually. Okay, all right. All right, let's move on then to August. Now, if you caught it before we quote unquote started rolling here, I thought that August is a dies instantly. Is that true?
Yeah, he's a dies instantly. His ability is to grow
Damn.
sunflowers, man. Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Oh no. Only
Yeah,
sunflowers?
from what we've seen. He just
Damn.
grows
Because
sunflowers.
like I was like, maybe if he was like given enough time and there for some reason like just standing still, like he can do like a bamboo thing, but like, damn, sunflowers only,
Mm-mm.
huh?
Yep. No, that kid is getting
Oh,
destroyed.
that is tough. That is tough. Damn. Okay, before we move on here real quick, I just wanna Bad Wolf is kind of pulling out a little bit of a few stops here, I think,
Oh.
to kind of really test you. So Bad Wolf says, so rereading her reverse page, I think there's a few different interpretations on what TTT is. I think given her story and her birthday letter, that interpretation is valid, so I'll let it pass. There you go. There you go. You got the Bad Wolf pass.
There you go.
You got the seal of approval from Bad Wolf. There you go. But yeah, 07 August, unfortunately. Izachin
boy.
says August will be friends with the Gorillas Trust. Oh, well.
Yeah, these are gorillas.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
angry. They're angry.
They're angry.
Gorillas.
They're angry. Because I think as well, okay, I know that I keep going back to the feces thing. I know I keep doing that, but like I'm just like imagining like 100 gorillas throwing feces at you. Dude, August goes down on that alone. Like they don't even need to get to him, I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just that's
Yeah,
like
it's not
borderline the
even close.
blunt force trauma there. Yeah, it's like it's done. It's done.
Also, I hope you know
Um,
this, but feces are going to be another bit on your channel, almost certainly at this point.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what's gonna happen here. That's just tough. Anyway,
It's tough.
Baby Blue.
So,
Baby Blue.
Baby Blue is stuck in Wonderland most of the time, and it seems she can pull stuff from Wonderland out into reality for some time.
Oh. So Baby Blue's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland thing.
She is an Alice in Wonderland thing. Like she isn't
Oh, I didn't
Alice in
even know
Wonderland
that.
exactly, but it is definitely based on that.
So
They-
she's Alice in Wonderland, but we needed to not hit any copyright issues.
It's not even that. They mention Alice in Wonderland in her story. It's just she's not the Alice.
Oh. Cool. Okay. All right. There you go.
Can Baby
There you
Blue also
go.
strange
Okay.
things? Not that we know of. I think she just summons stuff, honestly. I don't think she's beating
Yeah.
a bunch of gorillas with it though. Maybe a couple. Like
Okay.
if we're being generous,
So
maybe
it puts up a
couple.
fight.
Yeah.
Like, but she's not like summoning a minigun because
No,
it's
exactly.
Wonderland.
Because we don't really know the full extent of what she's able to
Yeah.
pull forth.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. There you go. Dan said, "Can we keep the Rashki spoilers to a minimum? I'm not categorically opposed. Just really looking forward to the rerun. I think that we should be fine. Like August growing sunflowers. I think that's fine. I think that should be fine. But anyway, next up is Balloon Party.
oh,
I
Balloon
don't even know
Party's
if
a
I have
weird
Balloon
one.
Party.
So Balloon Party,
I do.
in one of her stories, burst a dude's organs by popping her balloons. Like,
Oh.
yeah, kind of like some weird voodoo thing. The prerequisite for that is that he was a bad adult who hurt kids, right? That's her whole thing. If they hurt kids, they die.
Well,
So
if they killed August, would she go crazy?
oh yeah, if they killed August, she's popping all of their guts.
Ooh.
Right,
But
like, if
there
there's-
needs to be that prerequisite.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Yes.
Interesting.
Like if we're giving her prep time and like the proper conditions, she could take them all out.
So here's my thing. Let's just say that they're about to kill her. Will she pop them because she's a child? Like, how does that work?
Think so, because like
Interesting.
everything we've seen of her is after the fact, right? A kid's been hurt, and as a result, the adult gets absolutely destroyed.
So that's interesting then. This is interesting. Well, I guess we're kind of taking them at like quote unquote peak power. So like we're going to assume that she is willing to pop them, you know? So I think. Do you think it's fair then to put her in beats 100 plus?
If we're giving them best case scenario, yes.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
Like just peak of their power.
I
Also,
think.
Mask mentioned something in my chat. that might move Baby
Okay.
Blue up, where she has a cat that has the power to go through dimensions and it can shrink stuff. So realistically, it could shrink a bunch of gorillas.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, because like then I'm like, what about the stamina of the cat and stuff like that? Because like, does that put her up to beats 100 easily or neutral fight? Do you think?
100 is a lot. That's my main issue with it.
Right, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
I'd say neutral fight just to be safe. Neutral fight probably.
Okay. Also, by the way, Verity said earlier about Baby Blue. If she's capable of spatial dimension, she can easily drop the gorillas in the sky.
I mean, yeah, but like,
Yeah,
again, we don't know too much
but
about her. Like, I don't know what the
yeah,
extent of her thing is.
yeah, I know that definitely. Obviously, we're trying to take them at their peak, but if we literally don't even like, we don't know how wide the portal can be.
Yeah,
You know, like if she puts through like a foot, then like we don't know how far.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
Like,
So yeah. So that's interesting. That's interesting. But I'm fine with putting Baby Blue there. Now Balloon Party, like we said though, beats 100 plus. This is interesting. So now we have a 3, 4, and 5 star.
I don't know about 100 plus. Here's the thing, right? Because I think it's based on how many of her balloons pops. I think there is a limit to how many she can kill. Is my thing.
Yeah, because like let's just say that she gets like even full prep time. I think that trying to pop 100 balloons already is like that's something.
Yeah.
You know, like that's something. So yeah, I think that's fair. Our first beats 100 easy. There you go. Wow. There you go. Balloon Party. Our first beats 100 easy. Now, next is Barbara, who's literally a little lamb, basically.
Yeah. She's dying.
Does that just mean are they just getting a really great dinner
They
today?
are. Yeah, because her
Damn.
ability is to peek into people's dreams. And again, same as Mesmer, that doesn't really help her here.
Yeah, we've kind of seen where that leads people. Damn, Barbara, I'm sorry, but you are literally just becoming some lamb chops. That is tough. That is tough. Is there really a big difference between 100 easy and 100 plus? I feel like you can combine the two and move everything below up one. I think that there is a little bit of a difference in my opinion because when I say beats 100 plus, I mean that like if you extended the limits to like 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, they're still going crazy with it, right? Like if the source has infinite water, she drowns them, and what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Like 1,000,000 gorillas can't beat the sea.
Yeah, I think
right?
like
TTT
100 plus just means like incalculable damage, right? It's just a lot.
Yeah, incalculable. Yeah, it's just crazy. And I think then Balloon Party, he has limits to what she can do. Therefore, it's 100 easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I think that's a pretty decent place. Or decent way to kind of think about it. At least that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. So yeah. But yeah, I think that it's working so far. I think it's working so far. What else? This is the most dies instantly so far. Barbara. Damn that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, I'll ask that at the end maybe when we flesh out the dies instantly. Who's the one that dies instantly the most instantly?
Oh no.
But anyway, 5 stars. Let's continue. Yenisei.
Yenisei is a diviner. She can peek into the future, and that's it.
Now that's interesting. Cause are we pretend? No,
No,
we're not pretending that she can like peek into the future and be like, oh, I know that I'm gonna get put into a 100 fight. So she just dies instantly.
She just dies, and she'll see it coming, but then she'll die.
Yeah, she's like, God damn, man, that's crazy. Oh my god, that's tough. Does she have any of like the water powers that I see her in her kit, like that we know in lore, or like
she has the water powers? The water is the medium for her divining. She doesn't have any of the heals or shield stuff, as far as I know.
Interesting. But could she kind of pull a source here or no?
No.
Okay. There you go, A94. There's the answer to that one for you. Unfortunate. Now, Cornbloom has a gun, but as we've seen with Pavia, it doesn't get them that far. Does it change for Cornbloom?
It does not, because Cornbloom's a spy, right? For the Stasi.
Yeah.
It's like her whole thing is to not be on the front lines. So this is bad.
And we're putting her against 100 girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, so like I feel like there's like almost a little bit of a difference forming between like the top half of puts up a fight and the bottom half. You know what I mean? Like I think
Hmm.
that's kind of interesting. But I get that that's how it works. That's how it works.
Oh no,
Now the
Corn is not
next
in put
one
up a fight.
up.
She dies.
Oh, Cornbloom doesn't even put up a fight?
Like the only reason I think Pavia beats with a gun is because he also has his wolves to help. If she's just by herself, like
Damn.
that little handgun's not doing anything, right?
Nah, dude. I think that like at least one headshot, no? But I guess is that really putting up a
I
fight?
imagine it's a small
No,
caliber
she.
bullet though. Like it's a 22. It's not going through a gorilla skull. I don't think.
Well, I'm from Australia, man. I don't know what a .20. I don't know .22 versus a
Yeah,
9 millimeter.
yeah. Okay, it's
I don't
not a
know.
big bullet. Like the from the size of the
Okay,
gun she
all right.
has, I don't think it's doing anything against gorilla.
Damn, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Even in a fight, Corbin constantly complains when she gets damaged.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, she does that. Dude, her health is terrible.
Paper.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. Oh my god. Oh my god. Um, but anyway, uh, fair enough, I guess. So we'll move on. I'm sorry, Cornblum, you fell a little bit. To Blonny. I've got no clue. What does Blonny even do?
Blondie might go into neutral.
Really?
Because Blondie, have you seen her kit? Like what her animations and
No,
stuff?
no,
So
no, I
basically
haven't seen
anything she
anything.
draws in her book comes to life, right? And we've seen that she can summon
Whoa.
some pretty large objects. I don't think it's enough to kill 100
Interesting.
things, but she can definitely take quite a few out, I think.
Okay. Wow. And yeah, because like once again, there's a limit. How fast can she draw and what exactly
Exactly,
can
yeah.
she draw? So that's interesting.
And
That's
we've
actually
seen that
pretty
it's
interesting.
pretty draining for her to do that as well.
I literally this is so fun to do. Like I said, because I'm learning so much here. I had no idea that was can she draw a nuke? Asked Ailman. Well,
That's
if
still
you think
neutral,
about it,
right?
yeah, that's still unusual because she can't get out of that. She's also getting nuked in that situation. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Man, man, that's really funny. Well, yeah, that is honestly so much higher than I thought Blondie was ever going to reach. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, then. Really happy for Blondie. I'm not going to lie. Well done, Blondie. But next up is Charlie.
Uh,
Now, I think you mentioned earlier Charlie, or someone mentioned that like Charlie makes apparitions. I don't even know
yes.
what does Charlie do?
Charlie makes illusions enough to
Illusions.
like enough to really fool basically an army into thinking that a village was ready to overthrow them or something. Um, no, that was a spoiler. I'm
Ooh.
sorry, that was a spoiler for her anecdote.
I'm not gonna
Um,
remember that.
yeah.
I'm not gonna remember that. Let's be
But
so
no,
for real.
she makes illusions. I think she at least is neutral. I don't think she's killing anything, but
It
she could make them
are
fight each other,
we
maybe.
like it does she can she create illusions to kind of contextualize it for me at least to the point like kind of like a Mysterio level type thing
I
where
haven't
like
seen that movie.
okay well that okay well
It's
okay it's
not
really
like
convincing.
yeah, it's not. It's I don't think it's anything too intricate because from what we've seen, it's just she makes a town look more active than it really is. I don't think she's
Okay.
like superimposing like Charlie's all over every other gorilla to make them fight each other. I don't think that's
Dude,
feasible.
that's literally what I was gonna ask. Damn, I thought that Charlie could have pulled it out there. I was literally gonna be like, can she make like another gorilla look like her? But
Yeah, I feel like
damn,
that's
okay.
at most it's at the very edge of her limits. I don't think she's killing 100 gorillas with it.
Okay, fair enough. Charlie, I was kind of rooting for you there. I'm not gonna lie, Charlie, but listen, the lore monster says so, and the lore monster's word we abide by. So there you go. Charlie in neutral fight territory. Next up, this is interesting. Is Click?
He's a ghost, man.
Oh,
He's
is he?
yeah. Oh, you didn't know he's dead as
Oh, I
hell.
didn't even know. I I knew that a bomb was about to drop on him. I didn't know if it did
Oh
drop
no,
on
no,
him. If
that
that
was
makes
his.
sense.
That was prior to. That was like the past. That his I2. That's when he died.
Damn. Damn. That sucks, buddy. That sucks. So this is another interesting one. So then is this kind of a poltergeist situation then?
Yeah.
In the
It's
neutral
like
fight?
he's not
Interesting.
doing anything. I will say it is one of the cases where if we were taking Kit into account, he probably is beats 100 plus because he has like the plane come in and bomb people.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. But then again, he would probably be in the blast zone in a way,
He's a
right? Or I
ghost,
guess like,
right?
oh shoot, you're right. Frick, I didn't even think about that. There you go. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. The correct question is, can the illusion hurt the gorilla? I wish the
Uh,
Pablo Open from Antidotes got rerun.
so the illusion is enough to like it made the people believe there was fire, like they felt fire, right? Um,
Oh wow.
I don't think it's beating gorillas. That's the thing. At
Yeah,
most, I
yeah,
think it's keeping
and
Charlie from dying.
yeah, and to kind of like put a line under that, Battle said L rip bozo Charlie, and I think that's where we
Yeah,
can leave it.
sounds about
I think
right.
that's where we can leave that conversation. Now you gotta do something for me on this next one here. You know, this is my Aussie. Okay, this is my Aussie. What can you tell me? Is she going into dies instantly?
Do you think an emu can fight a gorilla? I feel like you would know this more than me.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, she's dying then.
Frick.
Because her thing is to summon her
Frick.
little emu friend, right?
How
if
many
that can't-
emus?
Just the one.
Okay, no, she's losing. She's
Yeah.
losing. That's the one emu? Damn. We lost a war to them, you know.
Yeah. I don't
One of the
know.
classic stories.
Like if I was you, I would just not never even bring it up. That would be buried forever. But
I think it's such a great part of his training. Like I don't know why, but it feels so quintessentially Aussie.
It's
Like in a way that it's just like it's just so funny to me. Like how did we manage that? Like it was a war of attrition and we
it's
lost
a
it against
bird,
emus.
man. What happened?
Like that's crazy. That's crazy. My God. Anyway, that sucks.
yeah.
Desert Flannel, I was
Yeah.
once again, like a few other characters, I was rooting for you, but Clappy is just not making it through. Let's be they run really well. Not well enough to kill 100 gorillas, I don't think. Still a great healer with her ult though, says Dan. And you know what? So true, actually. So true.
So true.
I love that. I love that. But yeah, no, that's unfortunate for Desert Flannel, but I guess, you know, I guess that's where it has to be. Now, next up is Diggers, who all I know is that this guy's a hippie. So
I think people are gonna be really not happy with this. Well, first of all, are we saying does he need to kill the gorillas, or is incapacitating them good enough?
oh, why?
Because he can definitely put 100 gorillas to sleep. 100
Really?
plus gorillas to sleep, easy.
What? Wait, why? How? Wait, how?
So
how?
his arcanum is that he blows his little bubbles, and anything that is in the range just kind of falls asleep and has a really nice dream.
Huh. Now, are we like, can he? Would he be able to like choke out the gorillas in their sleep, or shank them or something?
Do
I
you
don't know.
see the man on the picture? Do you think that man can choke out a gorilla?
I think, does he have a knife hidden on him?
No, he does not. He's very much of
Because-
the peace and love type, right?
This is interesting. So, how Diggers lives until he runs out of bubble. So that's the thing, though. Okay, if he's putting to sleep, but he's not willing to kill them, that is just he can put them to sleep. Sorry. Oh my God, I was choked. Until he can't.
Yeah.
And I feel like, is that beating 100? I don't. He could put plastic bags over their head. Said Ailment.
I mean, if
my God,
he
why?
has that, yeah. If there's no time limit and it goes until someone dies, he loses. But he can put
Damn,
up a
that's
fight. I'll
kinda
say he can put up a
interesting.
fight just because he is stalling it out at the very least.
Yeah, I think that neutral fight is a good position then. I think that neutral is a good position. He wouldn't even kill them if he could. That's a good point, Cobalt. That's a good
Yeah.
point. He does have the lung capacity though. I mean, lung capacity doesn't translate into bubble
Materials.
water or materials. Yeah, you know. So like, I think that neutral fight is actually like a great place to put Diggers. That's actually
Nightmare
pretty
levels,
interesting. Now, I like that position. Next up, DK.
I don't think she's beating 100. Neutral fight is probably the best case scenario because she does have her little stand and her like sword and like the whole flaming swipe thing. I think she can take out a bunch of them. I don't think she's taking out 100.
Interesting. So is this more neutral fight or puts up a fight?
I think neutral. Like the losses will be commensurate on both sides, is my thinking.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Extending neutral fight a little bit out here. That's honestly unexpected. I thought that DK was just gonna cause I just know them as like the sword and fire. I was
Mhm.
like, surely DK kind of figures something out here, but I can see it being a neutral fight.
Right. Because
I
I
can see it
mean,
being a
like,
neutral fight.
it's
That makes sense to
at a
me.
certain point, it's just stamina, right? 100 gorillas.
Yeah. Like I think that's like a wider discussion as well to be had here. Is like, oh, okay, you know, the stamina issue.
Yeah.
Well, but that's interesting. That's interesting. Goodness, we are really okay. I'm gonna have to scroll down now
Oh,
and
it's
kind of
pushing it
cut
down.
off the
Yeah.
top there. Yeah, it's pushing it down. Horrorpedia.
Joshua. Yeah, Joshua is dying instantly.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I still.
The man doesn't do anything. He knows a lot about horror.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on.
Yeah, he knows a lot about horror, and he's about to know a lot more about horror
exactly.
very quickly. Unfortunately, that is tough. Okay, that's a pretty easy one. I feel Conjura. I've got no clue what Conjura does. So,
She's a diviner, and kind of a fraud one at that.
oh,
she's. I'm gonna say she puts up a fight though, because her cobra
Okay.
will probably be able to at least poison one gorilla to death.
Okay. Now hold on. I want to quickly just address something. Red shifted said Joshua can put up a fight IMO.
Why?
Red, you gotta
elaborate
back
on
it
that.
up a little bit. Yeah, you gotta elaborate on that one just a little bit. His arcane skill is always hitting a bullet regardless of whether he's aiming. Okay, so let me quickly just establish this in case there are people here that are coming in a little bit later. For this tier list, we are not basing it on their kit. Specifically, we are basing it on the lore.
Yeah.
Because there is what I've learned today is basically there's a bit of a dissonance between what their kit is and what they themselves in the lore are possible can possibly do. So we're making that distinction and we're going with lore for now. I'm sure that at some point, we can explore that conversation of what it looks like with their kit, So that'd be interesting to see. But with that, who did I just put up? I put up Conjura because of the Cobra.
The cobra.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Like the poison definitely kills one gorilla at least, I think.
Yeah. And I feel like if the Cobra's really locked in, the Cobra can definitely like find their way to like maybe 3 or 4,
a couple.
And like the gorillas, maybe who knows if they're really focusing the Cobra, but like I feel like it might be a little while before they're like, hold on a minute, this Cobra's is also kind of our enemy right now.
Yeah, and regardless, she's dying. Like she's not escaping that, right?
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's a pretty good position. Before we move on to Loggerhead, Allura said Horrorpedia does use a lot of weapons / arcane tools. If he has those, he might be able to put up a fight. But I think that we're like saying whatever he's got on his person.
Yeah.
And I think that like he doesn't have much. I think that I remember like
he has his
in
one
his armor.
gun, right?
Yeah, and it's like a weird looking gun at that.
It doesn't even
shoot
shoot
as
bullets.
well.
It shoots
like
like little dudes.
It shoots little dudes.
Yeah, like if we're going by his animations, I don't know what it actually does.
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, Arpita. You live your life to the fullest. But with that, let's move on to Loggerhead, our newest 5-star here, and someone that I'm kind of rooting for, but realistically, I don't.
Yeah.
Do you know the lore here?
Loggerhead is an awaken. So
dang.
She might end up with Pioneer because she doesn't actually have any combat capability as far as we know.
Oh no. And like they could probably eat a camera.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that happening if I'm just completely honest. Like they'll eat components of a camera and it just won't digest and they'll just like poop it out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I think she's going down.
I was rooting for you, Loggerhead. Oh, the second one. That's wow. You know what? I'm really sorry, Loggerhead. And I'm really sorry to all the Loggerhead believers out there. I'm sure that there was quite a few. That is tough. But that is where she lands.
She does have a metal body though, so maybe she doesn't get eaten. Like it's like a full metal body.
Okay, so which part of her though is the awakened part?
Going by the lore, it should only be like the little film loop thing. which makes me think her body is
Oh.
not actually her body.
Right, because I know at least from playing through 2.5 that like they made the body for her.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, if they eat just the tape,
Yeah, then yeah,
like,
she's in face worse
I
than
think
death.
she's still suffering.
Mhm.
You know, but you know what? Allure makes a good point. Good news for Loggerhead, her memory resets every 3 days, so she won't remember all the suffering.
That's true. She'll just experience
There you
new
go.
suffering.
Yeah. Yeah, and she'll be like, what the? Oh my god, this is terrible. So yeah, you know what? I can see it. I thought it was the camera. I thought it was the camera too, but I mean, regardless, I still think even if it is metal, like it might tear up the gorilla a little bit, but like I still think that's a fate worse than death, even if she is the camera itself. Like
Mhm.
I feel like they might chip her off a little bit, you know, really get their teeth sunk in, and I feel like that might be a bit sad for her. So unfortunate for Loggerhead. Unfortunate for Loggerhead. But with that, because how many more do we have? Oh,
Oh wow.
jeez, Louise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Actually, I think we're
12,
making
24,
pretty
36,
good
48.
time.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good because like it's like, you know what? For anyone that's like usually my stream, usually at this point we haven't even reached the content part of it. So like this is pretty good. Like I'm meant to be like starting the story in like 6 minutes, you know what I mean? Like on my stream time. So
Yeah.
this is we're making great time. We're making great time. All right, Lorelei. Another character I
Lorelei
know
is an
nothing about.
interesting one because I think again it's the same thing as Diggers where she can pacify them, but unlike Diggers, she doesn't really have a limit, right? All she has to do is sing, and then it kind of
Oh.
entrances them. And it's not even that it puts them to
Now,
sleep; it
is
kind of makes them like fanatic, rabid fans of her. Essentially,
Oh.
kind of.
Oh,
It's weird.
enough to make them fight each other though?
Actually, maybe yes, because she's supposed to be like a siren sort of thing, right?
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't think she's losing at the very least, is what I'm thinking here.
Yeah, but is that a beats 100 easy or a neutral fight or 100 plus?
Like it would be neutral just by sheer definition of no one is winning this fight, right?
Okay, okay,
No
okay,
one's
okay.
losing, no one's winning is my thinking here.
Okay, all right. There you go. Okay. Usually we need to take 4 hours before he starts. Yeah.
Oh, is
Unfortunately,
White
I
Rum on
can't
the
even like
list?
disagree too much.
Beast mentioned that they didn't see White Rum.
Oh no! I completely forgot to add White Rum.
Oh no, because you don't have it because you
Wait.
didn't do the thing. You're right.
Yeah, because I kind of forgot that she existed. I'm be honest with you. Oh shoot. You know what? I'll just quickly whip up a graphic if I don't have one already. Let me quickly just check because I think I actually might have a White Rum graphic, which I can quickly just add. White Rum. What is White Rum a what star?
4-star.
Shoot, I don't know. I don't have a White Rum graphic. Let me quickly just. I'm gonna literally just like make one right now.
Yeah.
Hey guys. In the meantime, how we all doing? You know, how's
Brief
life, everyone?
intermission.
Has everyone? Yeah, brief intermission. Is everyone drinking their water? You know,
The
like
water.
you know, yeah. Oh, what do you say? What do you say?
It's water, man. Come
It's
on.
not what you know. What's where is white rum? Well, A90. I just googled, by the way, the words white and rum with nothing else attached, and it was just like, yeah, go to your closest like alcohol. What I was about. Okay, what are alcohol stores called again?
Liquor stores.
Liquor stores. Because in I don't know if all of Australia says it, but Australia we call them bottle-os. And I was about to say, yeah. So then I was about to say bottle-o, but then I was like, I know that's not correct, but okay. 0 out of 10, not enough tangents. Well, you're getting one right. Freaking out.
Yeah, man.
Aren't you lucky, guys? And sorry, you said a 4-star?
Yeah, 4-star.
Okay, I need to make sure to put the 4-star thing as well.
Oh, and there's apparently Brimley's not there either. Which is weird because he's Australian. Right? And you even said you liked him quite a lot, didn't you?
I swear to you, I legitimately thought that I made a Brimley one. I thought I made a Brimley one. Straight up. I'm not even kidding.
These tier lists?
Yeah.
Oh.
I make all of these graphics.
I just pick them up off the thing, man.
So I'm pretty pedant. Like, okay, if you look at the tier list real quick, you know how like each of them has like a 3 or 4-star thing?
Yeah.
I made each of those little 3, 4, and 5 stars because when I was making YouTube shorts, I had to use like different graphics for like a 4 or 5 star item.
Oh
So I made
god.
those and I kind of put them into this. And it's just because it's like I see YouTube as a very visual medium a lot
Mm.
as well. So like I like being able to see things exactly like, especially when I was getting first into the game, I'm not gonna know like a Leilani and Eric or
Like where
Betty,
they
so
are,
like just
yeah.
having a name, yeah. So like kind of giving myself that kind of really helps me to kind of like see things easier in that sense. But yeah,
That makes sense,
okay.
yeah. That's just a
And
lot of effort, holy.
oh, I'm not the amount of files, and also you have a 50 megabyte upload limit, so I have to like put in sections at a time. I can't just
Mm.
like upload it straight. So I'm not gonna lie, yeah, there's probably a little bit too much effort on my part, but I I need it to feel like I'm doing my due diligence.
Yeah, you see what your
For
streamer
what
does for
I
you, chat? Look at this. And you call him
yeah,
bald,
I'm
that's
saying.
crazy.
Yeah, and you call me bald. You say that I like you think that I'm in love with feces. I don't know where that came from, for sure.
What do you mean you
I
don't know?
definitely
You've been talking
didn't.
about feces all stream.
I don't know where the hell that came from. I think that was made up by I was about to make another bad joke. I was going to make another bad joke and I was like there's like a lot of people here that don't know me, so I can't make like a one of the jokes that I was going to make jokes because they might take it a bit seriously and be like, "Whoa, we need to stop watching this guy."
Yeah, cancel this man, holy.
Oh god. Okay, so White Rum and Brimley.
Yeah.
Let me quickly get Brimley here. Brimley R19. Let me quickly just scroll down. If anyone sees any more characters that I'm missing, feel free to shout them out. Just in case, because I swear, because I did 2.3 or 4, whatever they are, London Dawning. At the same time, I thought I included Brimley. Because, like, I think I've saved his photo at a certain point, and I'm a bit like, I don't know. I don't know. Kind of dropped the ball on that one. But let me get them in here. Let me get them in here. Okay. Brimley. Because I also use the same what is it, like font for for what's its face? For thumbnails. The font that I use
Oh,
for these
for the,
graphics.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
I just
yeah.
use whatever is in the thing, in the image editing software.
Oh god.
It's not very consistent.
Honestly though, kind of I think it turns out great. I think it turns out great. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let me quickly add Brimley and White Rum. I accidentally opened the images instead, I think. Hold on. There you go.
There
White
we
Rum and
go.
Brimley now added. Okay, let me quickly just check if there's any chat messages I missed. Fake Aussie? Don't call me a freaking fake Aussie. Citizenship revoked as we speak. Come on now. Come on now. If it can lead the growers for pay him 5 every note, I'm repaying every. I don't know about everyone else. Don't sure we know who. Okay, no. We who are in the server know your true nature. What do you don't? That makes it seem like I'm a terrible person. Don't say
That's
that. What the heck?
rather, what's wrong with this
That's
guy?
crazy. And also, I don't even freaking participate in that server half the time. What are you freaking talking about? Oh my god. Okay, let's quickly take a detour. By the way, from Matilda. You know what? I can't do that while people are here. It feels too awkward. White Rum and Brimley. So White Rum.
White Rum, I
What's the
think
what?
beats 100.
Really?
Because she can come out of that bottle and grow to a full size galleon.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
she instantly crushes.
she just crushes at least 100.
She crushes. Right? Yeah, easy. Damn. Okay. Damn. Okay, damn. Well, that was honestly wow. So that would have been our first beats 100 easy then.
Yeah.
Let me put White Rum
Balloon
there
Party
then.
kind of stole the party.
Give White Rum the praise that they deserve there. Too bad she needs water though. Oh, I don't listen. If you're going into a giant ship, you're crushing those gorillas, water or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Especially if they're like converging on you, trying to get you. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're kind of like you massive ship done. You know, done. So Okay, let's move on then real quick to Brimley, because Brimley should have been in here too.
He's just a hat.
Where does Brimley land?
He's just a hat. But he's
Man,
an
but
awakened, so you know what that means.
Oh no, he's going to the poop death. Not the freaking poop death. That's so sad. And they would eat a hat.
They would eat a hat.
Like,
It's leather,
Loggerhead was
right?
like, yeah, Loggerhead was like kind of iffy. Like, I'm like, okay, they can, but like Brimley, they're eating that hat.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
Pioneer's
eating
wearing
that.
a hat.
Brimley
they
has
ate
a
him.
gun, but like,
It's
even so, that's still a fate
Mm-mm.
worse than death,
yeah, he's still getting eaten.
I think. So yeah, that is tough. Gorillas might start. Okay. Chip said. Chip said gorillas, and I'm just reading this wrong. I just want you to know that. Okay, gorillas might start riding Brimley's horse,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna lie, my brain was. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
Man, someone banned Chip.
anyway. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. They gonna wear him, dude. That would be kind of funny. They're just like, wait, this hat's sick, and he's like, get off me, mate. And then like they just put him on, and he's like, what does he do? Can he just fly off? Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, he can float apparently, but like, I don't think.
Nah,
he's
Feces
winning
gets
this.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Feces gets him. I think Feces gets him. But yeah, so I think fate worse than death. I think it's a fate worse than death here. Okay, Matilda Buonosh, huh? Now, please tell me that Matilda makes it far.
She's a diviner. Where have all of our other diviners fallen so far?
That's tough. That's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough. That's tough. And extending our thing even further, which
Yeah.
knocks out, I think beats 100 easy is now even going to see the people here. That is tough. I'm sorry. Another diviner. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, once again, just kind of foreseeing the death, which is unfortunate.
Not really helpful.
Yeah. Okay, next, Mr. Duncan. Now, people have been clamoring that Mr. Duncan has a gun.
He does not.
Is that different?
He has a.
Oh, he does
blow
not?
dart.
Oh, a bloat. Oh.
And
Okay.
he's not even an arcanist. He is a human.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't even know that. Oh, crap. Interesting. Well, where do you think he lands?
You know how people were thinking 100 humans might not be able to beat a single gorilla? We're
Oh, you
reversing
know what?
it now,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, you know what? I kind of forgot that we were in that land. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. This is just a guy.
This is just
Damn.
a dude.
Wait, so then I don't know if it's spoilers, but like, how does he? Can he go in the suitcase? Question mark.
Arcanists, I mean, humans can go into the suitcase. They're not protected in the suitcase, though, from the storm. Right? Because Schneider.
Huh. Yeah, right. Oh, 07. Ah, okay. Well, oh, dude. You know what? Maybe he's having a good time drinking wine.
Yeah,
You know, he's just like, I'm going out. I'm having a fun time.
it's over.
At the very least, you know, yeah,
He's
it's
accepted
done.
it.
I'll blow dart like one of them. You know, I might be able to throw this screwdriver that I have on my belt into one of their faces, but like, I guess that's it. That is tough. I'm really sorry, Mr. Duncan. I'm really sorry. But Duncan has thrown hands with a critter before, so fighting a gorilla is just throwing hands with a big critter. Yeah, but like,
It's a gorilla, man.
it's a gorilla and like 100.
Yeah.
There's 100 of them, so like, that's tough. That is tough. Well, that sucks for you, Mr. Duncan, but you know, I didn't make you human, so that's tough. That's tough. Okay, next though is Necrologist. Necrologist. I don't actually know her powers really either.
She communes with the dead. And I think after this, she's going to be communing with them a lot more.
You think?
There's not a chance.
Communing.
Yeah.
She can't like summon them.
Nope. She just talks to
Oh,
him.
Okay.
She
Oh,
has like
yeah,
a,
no,
like
she
a
does
tombstone
nothing
in
here.
her hand, but I don't think she's doing anything with that.
Damn. Yeah. That's kind of like the John Titor argument, but like worse.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Because she's definitely not
Damn.
as strong as John
Damn.
Titor.
There are so many more ending up in dies instantly than I thought, if I'm just completely honest.
Yeah,
Like, this is kind of-
Arcanums in this world are not generally very powerful. Or at least not like
Yeah, that's
directly
kind
combat
of-
oriented.
Yeah, which is kind of like really interesting to see because I feel like, I don't know, I think that this is actually kind of nice and refreshing to see because in my head, it's just like superheroes going at it
Mhm.
in a way, you know?
You don't
But
get the
no,
usual
these are
power
just like
scaling thing going on.
yeah, but like these are just like they're just like yeah, they're just normal in a way.
Yeah, they're just
You know,
dudes.
it kind of yeah, I think that yeah. But yeah, I think Beowulf said, I think Duncan might be able to take out one, but it's kind of a stretch, so I don't disagree with the rating. So there you go.
Yeah.
Humans can only stick with can't stay for very long, yeah. Necro is Garbo incoming,
Is
says
Staz
Michael.
there? It
So
might be.
yeah, I was about to say, Staz, if you want to pipe up, say that Necro's Garbo on both the lore and the meta front, yeah, feel free. Feel free. That is but that's tough for Necrologist. Dies instantly, and well, you know what? At least she's not alone. We have a growing set of people that dies instantly, so
They're in good
yeah,
company.
I guess there you go. Yeah. That is unfortunate, but that is how it is. So let's move on to Satsuki. Satsuki. I don't.
Satsuki is a thief, so she has like the
Oh.
rogue build, dexterity, speed.
Okay.
I don't think she's not killing anything with that, right?
Can she choke out one of the gorillas with her chains?
If she's given enough time, probably. Like maybe I don't know. I don't think she has the arm strength to even do that, to like collapse a gorilla's windpipe.
That's true. Do we also count game ability? So Dreggy, not for this tier list specifically. This tier list we're kind of keeping it to lore specific because I think that in-game kit transforms a lot of things and isn't as consistent across. So it probably would make more sense for now just to run it. We're running it basically kind of consistently with just their lore rather than any in-game kit because like I think that one of the major examples, at least in my head, is Click. Click would probably raise into beats 100 plus because of the whole bombing strategy.
Yeah, the jet.
Right. So, you know, why is Neo fixated on feces and choking the stream? First of all, I'm thinking about ways we can take out gorillas, people.
Sorry, hang on. They're saying I have R99 noises coming out, but I don't have anything playing right now. That's...
Oh, I know I do for sure. I can't lie.
Oh, that was
just
you.
because
Okay.
it's in my ears.
It wasn't me. I don't think it was me.
I can mute if people want on the stream side. Do you people want I don't know if you can you guys even hear the background stuff on my side? I don't know.
I just thought I had something that I wasn't aware of, but apparently it wasn't. So hey, I'll take it.
No, yeah, I've got a little bit going on. I know that much. I've kind of I was like I think I'm like talking over it, but if people want me to mute it, I just did. If that's too silent, shoot, I can put on some music. I don't know. We did hear a bit. Oh, it's Neo lol. Well, that is just awkward. Everyone's just like, God, that stupid ass sound in the back. Can we get rid of that? And I'm just like, not even acknowledging it. Okay, my bad, guys. Of course, it's Neo. Appear Knight is the superior ball.
I'll take that. I'll take it. Yeah, sure.
What the hell?
Also, Eventually came into my stream earlier and said she couldn't take the stream seriously because I look funny. So, like, I don't know what side she's on right now.
Yeah, that's just God. Adventuring. Damn. I just realized I need to quickly tune into your stream. I usually don't pull up stream because Australian internet is so bad that like when I do that,
your bitrate's going to straight to hell.
Yeah, it tanks it a little bit. But that's fire, actually. That's fire. There you go. I can see it now. There you go. Oh my God, my little guy's there. Hi, little guy. Guys, I drew that. Isn't that kind of fire? Type 1 if that's fire. Type 1 if that's fire. All right. Oh wait. So Satsuki, are we putting it into the dies instantly category?
Yeah, I don't think she's killing even one of them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like she'll dodge a bunch and then she'll get hit and go down.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay. Well, that's tough. All right. Next up, the OG. One of the OGs. Do they make it out? Does Soneto make it out if dies instantly?
I think Soneto puts up a fight. Because I think she's one of those cases where her kit actually matches pretty well with her Arcanum. So what you see her doing is probably what she's capable of doing as an Arcanist. It's definitely not going to kill 100 gorillas, but it's definitely putting up a fight. Maybe even neutral, depending.
Wow. Cobalt said, I still think Matilda could put up a fight. Where do we put Matilda again?
She's down there, man.
Oh, well, Diviner, man.
She doesn't
liner,
have
you know?
anything she can do.
Also, Laura said, Neo, can we get the bald cap on again? Hey,
That's up to you.
freaking, let's get the, yeah, that's up to you guys, you know? Bust out the credit cards. Make it happen. I'm so happy to put it back on. Hell, you know, at this point, I'll even put on this stupid ass Spider-Man thing. I won't be able to breathe. I'm not even kidding. I was like gonna get like a little face shell thing because I was like, it is like it's
Because it's like
kind
right
of
up on your
tough in there.
face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. And then like when I was watching the replay of like me having it on, if you look really closely, I don't know if you guys saw it like just in the live, but like you can like see like my face through it a little bit, and I'm like, Jesus, that looks terrible. But anyway.
You got a mask
all
that's
right.
too small, man. What the heck?
What, dude? It's a one size fits all.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Apparently not. That is tough. That is tough. Anyway, up next, Sweetheart. Another character that I know pretty little about.
Yes, Sweetheart puts them to sleep. And that's
it's another one of those.
Yeah. She has
Okay.
part succubus,
So this
though,
is a
so that's fun.
Okay. Okay. So hold on a minute. So if she puts them to sleep, does she have the means to kill them on her own then?
She has a cane. I don't think she's doing anything with that cane. Like, she
Okay,
doesn't have
can
any...
she sleep all of them for long enough?
I would say yes.
That she could bash them all like 100.
Oh no. Not a chance.
Oh.
Because I mean, like, you're talking days of work at the very least. She is not killing those gorillas anytime soon.
Damn. Now, Dregiopan says her cane is a gun, by the way. Is this true?
Yes. I don't know how much we want to take that into account because it's not going to be a very strong gun.
Okay.
Right? She is from
Well,
the 60s. Like, you don't have your firearms are not up to stuff.
Yeah. She's like, it's a firearm, see?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I did that. Okay. Allura just gifted another 5. Allura, I'm assuming you want the bald cap for 5 minutes, so
now do the Spider-Man
give me a
one.
second.
It's funny.
Oh, I'll let Allura decide. I'll let Allura decide because like Allura's the one putting in the money.
Yeah.
So like Allura,
So
you know what?
Allura, actually.
Okay. I'll let you decide. Spider-Man or bald cap, you get to choose. You know. You make the decision. Now let me quickly just shout out the people thing. It was Quid K Cartoons, Willowed, not Willow Weeping, Willowed, Aki Leah, I don't know, and Oleg Studios. Unfortunate. 4-star polls says the people, but there you go. Can Sweetheart charm some gorillas to help her? Asked Badu.
You know what? That actually could help. That is very feasible. So if we're saying no time limit, there's a chance that she could at least get a good amount of them dead.
But so I think that's a neutral fight,
Yeah,
though.
neutral
I don't
fight.
because it's not beats 100 easy.
I'm still not thinking.
And I think
that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Oh, Laura said Spider-Man. I won't be able to read chat. Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. I need to take out my glasses. Not the cartoons person having a monkey kid PFP. I don't know what that means. I'm venturing just.
No, I saw
don't
that.
know.
I don't know what she means.
Okay, oh, jeez, it's hard to breathe in here. I need to make sure I get the counter correct, otherwise I will die here. God. You think people in your stream are just like, this guy just does bits. That's all he's got.
I mean, they don't see you.
You know what? I just realized they can't even see me. This is fantastic.
But I mean, I think some of them are in your chat right now, so good luck with that.
Oh, that's just fantastic. Actually, that's just fantastic. Okay, Jesus, I'm really gonna have to. Okay, hold on. What time is it? 2:16:43. Okay, you guys get 5 minutes of this, so I'll give it until 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 22. 2:22, okay? 2:22, okay? His glasses, he can't see without his glasses. Well, I could read that, Bad Wolf. Got him. Adventuring who... Oh, Afri says, hey, Neo, what tier list is that? Afri. Read the title. Read the title. And then also it says beats 100. You know? Help, I can't decide. You know what? I just realized if they had, what is this? Some kind of Avenger?
Oh no. Please.
True. Dude, you know what it is? Okay, I know that I'm tangenting again, but like, I don't think that the Spider-Man mask was made for human eyes because like, the problem is that the middle is the problem. So like, if I push the eyes together, like if you guys can see that right now, like me pushing the eyes together,
That looks
it's actually
so
a lot easier
bad.
to see. It's actually a lot easier to see, but like I think it's then just the middle that's like kind of thing. Put them on two different devices simultaneously, says Alora. You know, guys, I'll even be kind. I'll put on the bald cap on top of this. Are you guys happy?
When you push them together
Uh,
like that, it looks so weird.
yeah, yeah. I'm laughing too hard at a period night, says Aventuring. That is tough. I don't know if your camera focus got better, but your face is so much more defined in the mask now. Yeah, it's an
That's
issue. It's honestly an issue. It's honestly scary. Okay, hold on. I need to.
and the bald cap.
Jeez,
Okay,
can't. Okay, hold on. Let me quickly scroll down here.
this
Okay,
guy's a
we're
professional
at
streamer,
Tenet.
by the way, guys.
Well, professional is such an interesting word, actually.
You get paid for it. That counts.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. There's 40 people in here right now on my side, by the way. I just want that to be known that there's 40 people looking at me with a stupid ass bald cap and Spider-Man hat, doing a 100 gorillas versus Arcanist tier list with you. So you're part of it. You know, you're in the source,
I look like
as
the
much as I
reasonable
am.
one here. That's great.
Which is crazy. Which
You're
is
right.
crazy. Anyway, next up is Tenant. Now here's the thing. Do you No, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say.
Damn. What were you
I was
gonna
about to-
say?
I was-
What?
Well, I was gonna say like, could Tenant like seduce like women gorilla, but then I was like, I
We're going
don't
down
think
a
that's a
really weird path.
yeah, I don't think that's the path I want to bring this down. So instead, I'm just gonna say, okay, what can Tenant do? What
She can
Tenant do?
turn carbon into diamonds for a short period of time, and she has a handgun.
That is not what I expected her abilities to be.
Yeah, no, her whole thing is like scamming people by giving them diamonds, and then they turn out to be garbage. Because she's a scammer, right?
Oh, huh, I didn't know that. There you go.
Like, again, I don't think her gun's gonna do any damage. I
yeah,
think it's stronger than
yeah.
Cornbloom's. I don't think it's strong enough. It's just a handgun,
Damn.
right?
Okay.
Like, you want to take out a gorilla, you need
Damn.
at least a rifle or something.
Yeah, so so Tenet is going into the dies
Yeah.
instantly category. Damn. Also, Afri, I can see you saying, how does Balloon Party beat 100 gorillas with balloons? We're taking the assumption that she's operating on the I can kill anything instantly because a child has died policy at their peak level, right? So, I'm so sorry. I just like burped right there. So like we're pretending that she can take on like 100, you know? So yeah. Also, where did I just read a message? Oh yeah, hold on. Alora said, everyone on a Peer Nights chat who still isn't in Newo's chat, get over here to see Peak.
Yeah, actually, though.
You guys got two.
It's much
you
more
guys got
interesting
2
on his
minutes.
stream, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I don't know if that's better. I don't know if that's better, if I'm just completely honest with you. If we're saying guns aren't enough, then I would argue Leilani, who uses a bow, should also be in dies instantly.
That is
Should be in
true.
dies instantly.
Like, no, I feel like a bow, like, compared to a handgun, I think a bow has more velocity, assuming, you know, it's a bow, right? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't
because
reach rifle levels, but it's not handgun level of damage.
because like if that's actually an interesting conversation, because I feel like weirdly enough, a bow has a little bit more stopping power.
Yeah, then just like
know?
a small caliber bullet, yeah.
So, oh my god, Avenging said, I heard the echo burp. I'm so sorry to your chat, by the way, that just heard that. I really am. I'm so sorry. For a second there, I thought, okay, maybe it just didn't go through. That sucks. I'm sorry for you guys. Anyway, next up is our 5-star Ulu. This is an interesting one.
So
Because fire incarnate question mark?
yeah, she can fly and she can set things on fire. Like,
Huh.
she will
Is
burn
this
that
just-
entire forest down.
Is this just beats 100 plus?
I
then?
think so. Like, they can't reach her.
Damn.
They sling some shit.
And if they do reach her,
yeah, it's fire.
if they do reach her, they're just it's fire. It's literally fire. Damn. Okay, hold on. It's 222.
Someone redeem it again after he takes it off.
Don't do that. Oh my god, the zippers are coming off for a second.
I'm telling you, man, you are actually gonna go bald with that weight that thing clings to your head. Like, it's just
Oh,
tearing
God, I
stuff
know.
out.
Oh, Oh my god, I really need that face shield thing. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, because as well, like, it's like against my face immensely. Just like afterwards, like my lips feel weird. Like I feel like I can't feel my lips a little bit. Like it's weird.
Just cuts off the
It's so weird.
circulation.
Yeah. Too bad she sucks in game. I'm literally saying. Well, to be fair, I honestly wouldn't use her. Just not to be mean, but you know. W bad. Don't say W bad indigenous prep. That's not how they. You should say L then. You should say L. What do you mean W bad indigenous? That's crazy. That's crazy. From the worst tier last time to beats 100 plus. Hey, that's how this swings. That's how this swings, you know. And Ulu's literally fire incarnate, you know, like
Yeah,
let's
like,
be honest.
Actual
Yeah.
just burns everything.
Just burns everything. Just burns everything. But next up, we have oh my god, our last 5-star.
Look
Our
at
last
that.
5-star of the night. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're making good pace. We're making good pace. We've been at this for shoot, is that
2
like
hours?
2 hours ish?
Yeah. See on my
Damn.
end. On my end, yeah, it's
That's
just
crazy.
about to hit 2 hours.
Damn. Well, there you go. Battle game.
Oh no.
Why?
Are we having X? Are we giving? We're giving prep time, Enzo. We're assuming best case scenario. Like they're at their absolute best.
Okay, I'm back in. I'm
God.
like a little bit sad right now. Oh god. Okay, hold on. Let me get the ball cap on as well. I'll pay it out. So, is this how Spider-Man feels going onto the streets of New York every night?
I feel like Spider-Man can afford
little-
better masks.
You know what? I guess that's true. Okay, there you go. I don't even know if the ball cap's on properly. Okay, all right. What do? Oh, that's right. Our final 5-star. Our final 5-star X.
So
Um,
X's whole
is this
deal
another?
is Rube Goldberg machines, right? Which by their very
Oh.
nature take a very long time to both set up
Yeah,
and work.
yeah,
He is dying.
yeah. Oh no, that is tough. I can't believe we ended it on a note of that. That's crazy.
If we're giving him prep time, if we're giving him all the prep time he needs to set up, I think he can probably take out a couple just by making some contraption. I don't think he's killing 100, but that's assuming we give him like resources and everything.
Interesting.
Like
I
some
think that-
Hanzu mentioned in my chat, he's Batman just without the part, essentially.
Oh, if he's Batman without the bat part, I might pay him a puts up a fight.
Yeah. Now, can Batman
I
kill a
think that's
gorilla?
kind of
Maybe.
fair. Oh, Batman could kill a gorilla. Batman could throw batarangs and just flashbang them.
Yeah.
Like, does X have a flashbang? Because then I think that
I think the
you know.
implication is that X can have whatever it is he needs. It just has to be in Rube Goldberg form.
Interesting. Okay, I'll pay a puts up a fight, but ultimately perishes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like ending the 5 stars on a dies instantly is so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, also by the way, I'm doing this until 2 hours 30. I want you to know that, okay? Because I had about 2 hours 25 on that clock, okay? I will say as well, when I'm in the mosque, I don't know if anyone else notices this, but I definitely move my head a lot more because like I feel like I need to like emphasize things a little bit more. I don't know if that was noticed, but I personally felt like that was something that I was doing. Anyway,
He's nothing without the suit. You have to keep redeeming.
He made an entire building collapse with a with a Goldberg machine. I think X either kills them all or none of them.
Yeah. Like it's a lot of it is context based and a lot of it is whether he has prep time or not.
Yeah, dude, because right then after, like, Garbage Bandit says X takes out a handful tops.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay. That's actually pretty interesting to know. But, guys, oh my god, we've done it. 2, 3, 4, and 5 stars all down. This is currently what the tier list looks like. It is getting to be a chunky monkey. It's a chunky monkey, but we've got 3 in beats 100 plus and 3 and Fate Worse Than Death, which kind of bookends that pretty nicely. But in between, we see that there's quite a bit in dies instantly. There's some in neutral fights, some are putting up a fight, and only 2 in beats 100 easy. Now, as the rankings go up into 6 stars, will that change? Only time will tell. And we will start it off with 37. Someone I recently acquired.
37 and 6, I think, can just be taken as one whole because they essentially...
Oh.
All of the Apeiron crew are heavily location-based. If they're not on Apeiron, I don't think they're doing anything.
Oh, and we're taking them out of Apeiron, I think.
Yes, so
I think
chances are they're getting stomped.
Damn.
They're getting stomped so hard.
Damn.
Like Six's...
Damn, that's kind of...
Six's power is that he inherits the wisdom of his predecessors. That's not going to help him.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just saw something fly on 37's unique garment, and I thought that there was a bug on my screen for a second. That scared me. God. But that makes sense to me. I feel like that makes sense. Bring the gorillas to the island? No, that's not... Are they all fighting on the island then, I feel like we shouldn't...
Yeah,
I feel like we shouldn't
home field advantage
change
seems
it
a bit
too much
much.
there. Yeah. Now that we put our first 2 6 stars up, we're onto our first lettered 6 stars, and we're starting. Wait, why is Shemaine there? I just realized. Why is he at
He's a 6 star.
S? I mean A. No, as in like
Oh.
it's usually in
Alphabetical.
alphabetical order. I don't know why
Yeah,
that
what the
happened,
heck?
but okay, sure. I guess we'll do him next after that. But A Knight, where is A Knight going here?
A Knight is a ghost. So,
Oh shoot!
but
With
he's
a sword.
a ghost who has a sword. I think he's killing 100 at least.
Yeah, that's I think 100 easy.
Because there's
But then I
nothing
feel like after a
stopping him.
while, like what if they grab the sword though?
Yeah, like I think he can kill 100, but he can't go indefinitely, so he doesn't go into 100 plus.
He can't go indefinitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Now a lot of people, by the way, are saying like my poor girl smashed into 37 and 6 pieces respectively. One more child on Nero's. Okay, don't say Nero's body count.
But yeah,
don't
that
say
sounds a little bit.
don't that string of words is not. I very vehemently disagree
That's a
with that.
phrasing thing.
Let that be said. Let that be said. Okay. A Knight is probably the most normal, regular that will actually put up a fight. Yeah, it's kind of funny that our first like kind of like almost baseline fight is a ghost with a sword. But yeah, I think that there is like kind of that tit for tat there where like they take his sword, but then he can just take it back. Maybe,
Yeah,
he's
like,
a ghost.
If he has unlimited
type of thing.
time, he's eventually going to win. Just because he can't lose.
Yeah. I think that's pretty fair. But I think that putting him into beats 100 plus is giving him maybe a little bit too much credit, because I feel like the beats 100 plus, that's like they're doing it to a degree that's like way crazy than A Knight.
Like there's no way to stop it or whatever.
Yeah. So I think that I'm pretty happy with that. So next up, for some reason, is it's Shemaine, is it? By the way.
Hang on. I don't know if people heard that there's cars going outside. I didn't want to talk about that way.
No. Oh no, fair.
Shemaine, yes, Shemaine. He is a shaman, which means he channels, nature and stuff. He's very physically strong. We saw him like punch down a wall in his story. He's not killing 100. I don't think he's even killing half 100. I think he puts up a fight, but at the end of the day, he's just a dude.
Damn.
He's a very strong dude, but he's just a dude.
Damn. I thought so. The nature control won't help him a little bit with
it'll help him. I just don't think it'll help him enough to bring it neutral.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm not gonna disagree with that. I think that's a fair thing. I just realized real quick, I'm gonna put these at the end just for content reasons.
Recoleta and Aleph, I actually have no idea what they do. I'm gonna be so real with you. I have not looked into
Okay,
anything at all for them.
let's put them at the end then. I think that probably makes the most sense then. Okay. I just realized, what's the time?
For me, it's 7
you guys got an
a.m.,
extra 2 minutes of this.
Oh.
No, they got an extra 2 minutes of my freaking...
Oh, damn, that's crazy. Someone redeem it again.
Don't redeem it again, damn it. Oh my god, it's like fogging up in here. Oh my god, hold on. Dude, this freaking zipper! Okay. Oh! And you know what? The bald cap has a smell, and I feel like having it on my head, it traps like the smell of the bald cap in.
Is it like the plastic
Oh,
factory smell?
yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. Neo's forgetting who he is under the mask a little bit. A little bit. Oh my god, okay. Does befriending the gorillas count? I would say no. I would say no. Okay, oh my god, okay. Every single time I take this mask off, I take a bit of water just because I'm like, it feels like I've been like, I don't know. It feels like I've been, like, I'm in like the mines or something. Appear not shilling the membership's better than Neo.
Actually,
I'm not
though,
gonna lie, we're kind of
I
we're
run your
kind of doing
channel
a
better.
great thing here.
I run your chat better than you. Goddamn.
Hey, it's freaking. So that's actually the one thing. If I can quickly just tangent here, just for a second, is like the one thing that I was like concerned about. If like, because like I used to stream with Rachel, right? It was just like how like I wonder how the dynamic would be in me reading chat, and it seems like I'm a little bit like there is a little bit of a learning curve there for me, which is kind of
Mhm.
interesting. Kind of interesting. I've gotten like kind of used to streaming alone, so like kind of figuring out how exactly I kind of balance the two is kind of an interesting thing to learn here.
Oh
Peek
yeah,
behind the
like
curtain.
I'm kind
But
of
yeah.
just skimming my own chat because I don't want to like start talking out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But
Chip just donated another 10.
oh dear, 10 even. That's oh look, Sunday and Belgium got some.
Hey, you know what? SBT, Sunday, Biltram, Scarlet, Rogue, or Rouge, I guess, in there is usually there. Garbage Bandit is right here too. Wear the boat this time? I have been wearing the boat, dude. I'm not even in my glasses half this stream. Oh my god. Okay, well, thank you, Chip, for the 10. Also, thank you, Bad Wolf and Allure, for the 5. I don't even think I said that. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me mask back up.
Is it adventuring?
Why is it Pure Night stream ahead of Neo?
That's
I
weird.
don't even freaking
The
know.
heck? YouTube, man.
I'm gonna chalk it up to Australian Wi-Fi.
Oh, that too, actually.
It's got to cross a little bit further, you know, to get to everyone. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right, we're back in. Jesus. Okay. All right. Ah, shoot. Okay, let's move on. Anon Lee. Anon Lee.
Uh,
Is this easy law?
I don't think so, unfortunately.
Oh,
She's an
shoot,
exorcist.
really?
Unless these are ghost gorillas, there's not much
Oh,
she's
yeah.
doing here.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. All right. So just dies instantly?
I don't think she can fight. We saw her getting her ass kicked by
Damn.
kids, man.
Oh,
Granted, she
yeah,
was a kid
yeah, I
too,
guess
but
that's
still.
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's tough. That's tough. Damn, damn. Did he gain the same amount of members this stream as ending chapter 6? I think so. Apparently, I just need to be freaking doing gorilla tier list with you up here tonight, and then I earn the big
clearly.
bucks.
This is how you do it.
That's clearly, yeah. That's the formula for success here. Okay, that is tough for Anon Lee, but let's move on. Andrew Nala.
Okay, so people are saying
Andrew
Andronala
Nala.
like easy no diffs, right? I disagree
Mhm.
because while she is,
Oh?
you know, a succubus and does all the succubus things,
Okay.
we kind of see her fight at one point, and she seems pretty winded after just taking out a bunch of dudes, just regular dudes.
Oh.
Like, well, I mean, not regular, but they're like armed and whatnot. But I mean, they're just guys,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I don't know if she's gonna take out a full 100. She's definitely killing quite a
Interesting.
few, especially if she's in her like, you know, locked in form. But
Yeah.
100 I feel like is a bit much.
Yeah, because people are really saying like Anjo sweep easy 100
Yeah,
plus.
no, because like
you
so
know?
for those of you in chat who have read chapter 9, like, you know the scene where she does the thing, but she already seems pretty tired
Andrew
by the end of
Nala's
that.
in chat. Okay, I
Oh,
don't
sorry,
want to
not
sound
chapter
stupid,
eight,
but
chapter
Andrew
eight, chapter
Nala. Oh, I was like, that's
Sorry.
crazy.
Sorry.
No, that makes sense. All right, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Damn. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I thought that this was going to be one of those beats 100 plus things. But I think that I very much just like because she's like a 6-star that I've got to know very much through her kit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just seeing like AoE.
Like if you look at
and like deep.
Anjo kit, then that's something else entirely, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a different beast. You know, I think that her ult alone takes out like 100. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like I
exactly.
feel like that's
Just
crazy
straight
enough.
AoE, yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Oh, this is another interesting one up next. One that I really wanted to hit on here is Argus.
Argus,
Because Argus has a gun, but
Argus has a gun. I think Argus at least puts up a fight. Her Arcanum isn't helping because it's just a downgraded version of Marcus's again.
Yeah. Interesting. So are we putting her in puts up a fight but ultimately perishes?
Yes, she's not killing with that rifle or shotgun. She's
Oh.
not killing 50 gorillas, no, or 100 gorillas. Rather.
Damn. There you go. What a chunky tier list this is becoming. All right. Now the next one I only know is Music Girl Barcarola. So what's happening here?
Barcarola's ability is that she can fuse things together, which is what her instrument is, and that she can play all her instruments at the same time. Neither of those are going to do anything, I don't think.
Well, can she fuse gorillas together?
I don't know. Like we know she can fuse materials together, whether that includes organic or living materials, who knows? Even if she could,
Interesting.
and it does take quite a bit of effort from her on her part. Even if she could, it's not going to help against 100.
Okay, all right. So wait, hold on. So just dies instantly or puts up a fight?
There's no fight. There is no fight to be had here.
Damn. I also just realized I didn't check the time. Does anyone know when I had to put on this mask? Because I actually didn't check the time. So I don't.
That just means 10 minutes from now, right?
Oh, because it was chips, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was 10. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Let me quickly just check the live streaming thing because I think it gives a time code. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's actually just fantastic. No, that's fantastic actually. Okay, fine. I'll take it off in like. I don't. What 2 hours for? So I'll take it off in like 5 minutes. All right, 2:45. Okay. I can't see. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that who did we just do? Barcarola. Yeah, I had no expectations there, so I mean, fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. Okay, what does fusing gorillas together looks like? I don't know, but I think that you know, I think that it could do something, but we don't know fully. So let's not pretend here. Okay, next up is Centurion.
Centurion is 100 plus, easy, no diff, top of 100 plus.
What? Wait, why?
Just for future reference, anytime you have Centurion in a tier list, she always goes at the very, very top. Because her ability is that she is always lucky. It is luck without the luck aspect of it. Whatever she wants to do, it will happen.
Whoa, so she's like, I'm going to pummel this gorilla.
Somehow the world will make it happen for her. Yes, all
what
100 gorillas all have spontaneous heart attack, essentially.
What? Oh my god. Wait, that's crazy.
Like, she beats everything. It is such a dumb thing. Also, she's, like, really shitty in game, so I guess it balances it out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of, I was about to say, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Wow, okay. Centurion has that adventuring HSR luck. Okay. Also, Ailman said, are we implying that Barcarola can create the gorilla centipede?
Oh,
and I'll be honest with you, I don't know why I read that one out.
Yeah, that's
that one should have stayed unread. I've never watched it purely because I mean it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds terrible. Hell, I need to watch Sinners, and that's still even I'm like, hold on a minute. Am I gonna get too scared from that? So we're on a tangent now. I can't go down the movie route. Otherwise, I'm gonna get lost.
Hey, you want to talk about?
I'm gonna get lost. Okay. What?
Nomeo.
All right, guys. Don't do this. Don't do this. No, I don't want to talk about Nomi. Actually, I thought you said like Nomi or something, and I was like, what the heck is Nomi?
Yeah.
Nomeo is actually worse. That's actually a
Actually
worse.
worse, yeah.
It's actually worse. Don't get me started. We're moving on to Druvis the Third before I lose it. Okay, Druvis the Third. Where's Druvis the Third at?
I actually think she beats the 100 plus as well. Because we saw her make a massive tree in the foundation, like huge, right?
That's true.
She just
That's true.
messes
That's
up a
true.
bunch of dudes with the tree.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think she deserves it. It's actually fucking up so bad. I literally can't see my chat anymore. She'll kick the roof in the head. She's Christina's worst nightmare. Top 10 sentences never to read out loud. Neo, come on now. That's not my freaking fault.
What
Blame
is
Ailment.
Lion Jacket? I don't know what the reference is.
Marco combined has the same energy of Lion Jacket. Oh, isn't it? Because I think that's like the like a billion lions versus the sun or something. And it's like
What?
just make a lion jacket, you know?
All right, sure.
He won't talk about Nomeo because it's his favorite movie, and he doesn't want to admit it. Real and no, not real intro actually, not real intro actually. Unfortunately for you. Anyway, next up, the person that I only know through adventuring, really, Eternity. What's going on here?
I think it might be neutral. Because
Oh, wow.
we've seen that she can actually just turn into water. Like,
What?
like she can just kind of she has like
Turn
the
into water?
vampire's like fog walk thing, but for water.
Huh.
So
Okay.
like she's not losing, but she's
Yeah,
also
and
not
what are,
winning.
what are they gonna do? Punch a puddle?
Exactly.
They're not gonna
But I
punch
don't
a
think she can
puddle.
kill a bunch of gorillas.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well, we can move on pretty quickly then, I feel. Now, oh, interesting.
What's your favorite character?
Ezra. Yeah, my favorite character. And I want to say this again. I respect voice actors an extraordinary amount. I think they're doing great work. And I think that they deserve more love in every space, especially in the movie space where they're being heavily disrespected and they're getting replaced by, no offense, like Zendaya. Okay? We don't need Zendaya as Michi,
Oh no.
okay? We don't need her as Lola Bunny. Okay? We need voice actors. So let me just say that straight before we get into Ezra here. But anyway, Ezra, where does Ezra go?
Ezra's a human.
Yes. I mean, no. No, that's
Worst
such a
case,
shame.
or best case rather, he poisons one with a mushroom, but I don't think that's likely. Like that's no.
Yeah. That's such a shame, man. That's such a shame. That's tough. That's tough. Hold on. I'm trying to read my chat again. She was also mine. I love her so much. Zendaya catching strays. Someone post this on livestream fail. No one do that. No one post me right now on livestream fail, okay? And you know what? If that happens, if someone puts me on livestream fail, I want you to also include in the title that Appear and I was here too. I want you to do that.
Yeah.
Do that
Hell
for me.
yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna put that
hold
up
on.
right now.
No, hold on. We're getting a little bit too excited. LSF doesn't need to know about this. Okay? LSF doesn't need to know about this. I love Zendaya. I think that she's also a great actor. I loved her as Chani. Okay? I liked her in Spider-Man.
Cobalt
but
says, "Do you
she's
have
not-
beef with Ezra or something? Would you like to explain your beef with Ezra?"
Okay. So like, here's the thing. I just said that I love and respect voice actors because I think I think that they're great and I love and respect them. Now I'm from Australia. Okay, let's get that straight. When I came into this game, the Australia patch was something that was like really touted as like this really cool thing. And when I finally got to it, one of the very artificial, superficial concerns was, some of the voice acting was not given, I think, the direction it probably needed or the time that it needed to nail the Australian accent. Now, here's the thing. Ezra has said, the voice actor for Ezra has gone on record and said, okay, it's some Perth accent or something. Now, I can't comment on that. Okay? I can't comment on that. So, you know what? He might be completely right. I've got no clue. So, they've done great work. What's the time? I'm heating up. I've given them another extra 2 minutes. Oh my god. That was pretty good. Right? I think that was pretty good.
I want to redeem it
defensive-
again.
Oh. Dude, I think I'm sweating a little bit in there now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like fogging up. The glass inside is like fogging up, like for sure. Oh my god.
Wait, what do you mean is it like solid on the inside of that mask?
Oh, like the it's like plastic. The eyes are plastic. Can you hear that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
I
eyes are
see.
plastic. Doesn't Ezra know a lot about nature? Then doesn't that make him know about gorillas too? I think that you could know literally every gorilla fact in the universe, and it's not going to help you fighting 100 gorillas. You know what? Allure said
Yeah.
it best. Knowing a lot about nature doesn't equal to him being able to solo 100 of them, though.
Exactly,
This is
yeah.
very true.
Not a chance,
This is very
man.
true. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, okay. All right. We have put Ezra into dies instantly, which has kind of rounded out this category, which I'm sure will expand even further as we go on here.
Oh, yeah.
But before we continue, well, you know what? Now that I look at who's next, I get the feeling that it might expand one more time with Fatutu.
Sorry, the garage was opening. I had to mute a little bit.
No,
Fatutu
that's all right. That's all right.
is a child. I believe all of the islanders have similar abilities with their shells, where it just kind of gives them like the emotions and thoughts of their previous people. Again, doesn't help. Does not help.
Well, that's tough.
Yeah, she's dying.
That's tough. Maybe one of her ancestors was a gorilla fighter. Maybe that's the case. We
Really
don't know.
small.
Yeah, that knowledge. Well, you know what? If Ezra knows everything about gorillas, she knows how to fight them. It's not going to help.
Exactly.
Even knowing how to fight
not
them.
a chance.
Yeah. Speaking of dies instantly, Fatutu.
Yeah.
That is tough. And speaking of basically these small children getting into fights, Flutterpage?
So, how do you feel that Flutterpage stacks up against Excrement? Because she could just fly, right?
Yeah. I think that I'm going Infinite Monkey Theorem. At some point, they're going to hit her.
But is that going to take her down?
I think, yeah, after enough, she's like, well, this sucks. I'm getting pelted. And then, flies down.
Okay. So...
I think so.
Do you think she'll stay up long enough to at least cause some of them to die out of exhaustion? Because I think there's
how long can Flutterpage last flying?
I don't really have a solid time on it. There's a limit. There's almost certainly a limit because we've seen her train her thing, right?
So, in a sense, should we put that in puts up a fight but ultimately perishes?
Yeah, I don't think she's going neutral.
Yeah, and I don't think she's dying instantly. She's not dying instantly. So I think that she can reach puts up a fight, but ultimately perishes. I think that's pretty good. All right. Ooh, speaking of flyers, this is interesting.
A literal birdman.
Yeah, he's a literal birdman. Gutian is up next. The Gutian. This is interesting. He has talons too.
Yeah, but I mean.
And what else?
So his Arcanum he's a diviner essentially. He reads bones.
Oh shoot.
So that's not helping him.
Yeah.
But he can fly. So I'm thinking he probably falls in there with Flutterpage. Maybe he gets a couple more because he can gouge them, but I don't think he's gonna be killing gorillas with his talons. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. I think that maybe gets a few scratches, but he might get grabbed. So that's that's not the best.
High risk.
I think the best thing. Yeah, high risk. And not as much high reward either. So that's pretty interesting. But Allure Quick said, Flutterpage has dodged water being thrown at her in the event story. I think she can dodge the initial volley of feces, which might buy her some time. Not enough, but some, which I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But again, 100 gorillas.
Yeah, 100 gorillas. That's a lot of poop. That's a lot of freaking poop.
You could have just said stones or dirt or anything really.
Well,
but
it's just
straight to feces.
It's a thing. It's a thing that they fling their own poo, isn't it? I was like, let's keep it true to form. They do that.
Probably.
Let's not. Hey, listen. We're doing one of the most realistic tier lists that has ever been seen. Okay.
Yeah, you got.
This is
consistent, right?
We got to keep it consistent to real life because clearly, these are real life scenarios that we're playing out, and the people the people have to be prepared for this sort of thing. So, gotta keep that in mind. Gotta keep that in mind. And speaking of reality, let's crash back down a little bit into Isolde here.
So
What can she do here?
she actually can summon ghosts. Like,
Ooh.
I think there's a chance she goes even here, just because if we're going like best case scenario for her is worst case scenario, because that means she's completely breaking down emotionally, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which
That's
means
true
she's
too. That's
summoning a
true
bunch
too.
of ghosts, and I think those would actually damage the gorillas mentally at the very least.
Yeah,
I think it goes
yeah,
neutral,
yeah,
but it's very much
yeah.
a
Neutral fight.
self-destructive sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that even if she could beat like 100 plus, there's a caveat on
Yeah,
that. So I think that
exactly.
neutral fight is a good place to land. You know. Oliver also said, to be fair, stoning the characters to death also isn't a very good look. And you know what?
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. You know what? I've got to agree on that. I've got to agree on that. Not a great look. Not a great look. But hey, you know what? Either way, things are being flung. Either way, things are being flung. And oh, interesting. Is the next one? Is this another great meal for them? How does this
uh,
work? And
Jessica's kind of like a Peron, where if she's in her domain, she wins. If she
oh,
is not, she becomes food.
wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that they had like this many characters, like kind of not this many characters, like three, but like
Uh,
really tied to like they need their environment. That's actually pretty
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting. Okay, all right, Jessica going into dies instantly. Unfortunately, going the way of Barbara. Unfortunately, and being a little bit more of a meal, I guess, because Jessica's like a full grown deer thing.
Yeah,
Like that's
servitor.
more meat, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really know why I'm talking about Jessica's meat, but All right. Let's go on to Junung Shi, the drunkard. I wonder how this goes.
So, uh, you haven't played through 1.6 yet. Um,
Oh, interesting.
there is a case that you can make where she wins, but
Okay,
that is
I'm
requisite on them drinking her wine.
oh, what the heck? And I don't know how. Okay, I know a little bit of a spoiler, so I'm gonna bring it up just because I kind of know it, and I'm just good when I get to it. I'm just gonna pretend to not know it. But like, does her turning into like a big deer thing
Yes,
in the
it's.
boss
I'm gonna be real
fight?
with you. It's actually core to the story. Like that is.
Oh shoot, man!
Yeah, that was a big spoiler.
Damn, damn. Well, I don't know the context for it yet, so I guess I'm gonna pretend that she can just do it, and I don't know why, because I don't know why. I don't really know why she can do it. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
I don't know what it means.
in a
Or like,
very very specific case, she wins. Otherwise, she's not doing anything.
interesting. So where would you put her for this?
Dies instantly. Like, are we thinking we can make them drink her wine? Because if yes, then she wins. If not, she dies instantly.
Uh, not like I think that let's just say she has her wine and she splashes it onto them. You're getting like at max 5 that are accidentally swallowing a little bit of the wine, and I don't think that we can count on that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are saying in a specific case, Jia destroys them.
Mhm.
Interesting. So I think it's pretty fair to put in dies instantly, because well, I think that if she can take out a few with it, puts up a fight, maybe.
Yeah. Like best case scenario,
I
she
think
can get some of them, but it's not even close,
best
really.
case. Yeah, yeah. I think that's pretty fair. Best case scenario. I think that's pretty good. I'll allow that. I'll allow that. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Now next up, Joe.
Joe is
Joe. Where does Joe go?
puts up a fight, I think, because his
Okay.
ability is that he talks to metal, and that's pretty much it.
He talks to metal.
Yeah, he's got imaginary friends or something. I don't know how it works.
Okay.
Uh
I wasn't expecting those words, but all
he
right.
just talks to the metal, man, and it helps him
He talks
craft
to
it better.
metal. There you go.
Oh no, you don't even know that.
There you
Like
go.
at one point, he just like starts talking about the different personalities of different metals. It's really weird.
Oh,
But
okay. Jay got his family and also has a gang. We're assuming that he doesn't have access to
yeah,
his family or his gang.
I'm assuming he gets his bike and
Oh
his
yeah.
sword though, right?
Yeah, yeah. We'll give him his bike and his sword. We'll give him his bike and his sword. I think we're also. I feel like we've been operating under the assumption that like even if they can fly, they can't like just leave the vicinity.
Yeah.
Right, like in that term, so like yeah, even if he can like bike away, he's still trying to like actively fight them to get out type
Yeah,
thing.
so
So
I'm thinking he can
yeah,
at least take
I
some of them out, right? But not nearly enough to make it
yeah.
neutral.
Yeah, because he has a bike and what is it? He has a
His
blade or
sword,
something?
yeah.
A sword?
Yeah,
So
he's got
like
a
I'm
sword.
imagining like he can probably honestly kind of like do a horseback thing where like he's like gliding past them with the sword and like killing a few on the
Hmm.
motorbike, but that motorbike's gonna run out of petrol
Yeah,
pretty soon.
and I don't think
Right?
it's
So
too hard
like
to like knock him off after the first couple.
yeah. Like he's gonna be pretty careful with it. So I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair. And like realistically, I'm like thinking, okay, let's just say they take him down and he like somehow makes his like bike explode. I still don't think that's like neutral fire
No,
territory.
not even
You
close.
know? So yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Okay. All right. Next up, Carla Borna.
She's a
Carla Borna.
diviner.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right. And there it
She's
is.
very physically capable, but I mean, again, gorillas.
All right, then. Well, there you go. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Okay, well, that sucks for Calaborna. Let's
I
move
think
straight
you can
on.
place Kakanya. I
Cacania?
think you can guess where Kakanya goes.
Dude, really?
Yeah,
But like, she can like, I don't know. She can have like mirrors or
she's a
something, and like they.
psychologist. Oh, that's true. She does have the
Well, I
mirrors.
don't know.
She might stun
She has the
them, but
mirrors.
she's not killing anything.
Interesting. What about like her? Doesn't she shoot something and then like fractures and stuff? And
She has a
is that?
gun.
But that's Kit. That's Kit,
Yeah,
I
a
guess. That's
single
Kit.
gun.
Yeah, okay, alright, dies instantly, dies instantly. This is my okay, hold on. Assuredly, right?
Assuredly. Yeah,
Qiang
it's like a
Liang?
god cat thing. Like there's no way
Yeah,
it's
it's
losing.
a god cat thing. Like, that's pretty
Like
crazy.
literal divine
That's
beast.
pretty
Come on.
crazy. Yeah, like it's literally like, and yeah, that I think easy. I think beats 100 plus easy. I'm not even gonna debate that one because I love Liang Yue. Um, Lilia. She's got
Yeah, no, that's 100 plus. No, no,
damn. So
100,
she's got a real arsenal. Oh,
because like
okay.
it's not unlimited, right? She will have her limits. I think it's enough to kill 100 at least.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Ailment says, well, Qiangliang only judges criminals. Are gorillas capable of being morally good or bad? We're
Oh,
assuming
that's
that
true.
Qiangliang is trying to like to help Liang Yue survive.
Not die, yeah.
Right. We're gonna pretend that.
Because
We're
I mean
gonna
they are
pretend
trying to
that.
kill her, right? That some would say that's evil.
Yeah. You know, exactly. In this case, they're gunning for her with no remorse, and I think that might be a little bit evil. Just a little bit. They can have consciousness. They have thoughts.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
have thoughts for sure. And
Enough
some of those
to be
thoughts aren't
aggressive
great.
at the very
Sometimes.
least, right?
Yeah. So, you know, we'll pay it out. But yeah, so Lilia beats 100 easy. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think that like even kit wise, like sure she could but like there is a limit.
Yeah,
There is a
like
limit.
she's
So
not going
that ma-
forever, right? But eventually she'll get 100 at least.
yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Okay. Lepera.
I'm gonna say
I know
Lepera
that
actually puts
Lepera
up a fight.
has right. She has a bit of a, but why? Oh, okay. Why did she put up a fight lore wise against 100 gorillas?
She can self-destruct.
Oh, are you serious?
She has like a little her crucible. She can overload and cause it to explode.
Oh, how big is the explosion?
Reasonably large, it would seem. She knocked down like
Is
the wall of a building with it.
is it enough? Wait, if she self imploded, how did she come back?
She wasn't near it. She threw it.
Oh,
So it's basically
could
like
we put this
a
in
one-time
neutral
bomb.
fight territory then?
I don't think it's gonna kill that many though,
No.
right?
Yeah. I
Like
think
it's a
that's
one
fair.
and done. Like if she doesn't get a good number of them, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Puts up a fight, but ultimately perishes. I think that's good. Ooh. Huh. Lucy.
Yeah, I think
What?
Lucy is 100 plus.
Really?
It's not indefinite, but I think she has enough firepower to do significant amounts of damage. More than 100 for sure.
Okay. All right. Lucy. Wow. Okay. So she has an arsenal like lore wise?
I think she's another case where her kit is very close to her lore, her in-game lore.
Damn. So she's thriving
Yes.
in this scenario.
Like she will
Okay.
eventually run out of
Okay.
power, so it's not indefinite, but I think it's more than 100.
Yeah, it's like, do you think 1,000?
No, 1,000's a lot.
Oh, okay.
1,000's a
500.
lot. Maybe.
All right. Interesting. So I can see a case for her being beats 100 easy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like 100's like, but okay, but I think that's pretty fair.
I think
She runs out of
100
battery,
easy
though?
if we're like being very like conservative with it.
Yeah, I think that is a conservative amount because I feel like her battery can last pretty. I mean, she's great. That's like it. We can't conceptualize that borderline, So, yeah. So I would count it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Oh, okay. Well, let me just
Yeah.
let me just
Yeah,
let me just
Yeah.
I'm learning. Here. This is pretty cool. This is kind of like really achieving I think what I really set out here to do. So that's pretty cool. How many do we have left here? Wow. We're down to the final 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. The final 18. Okay. All right. Medpoc. Where's Medpoc going?
Medpoc is a doctor. Not even a doctor. He's a researcher, man.
Oh,
They don't
really?
do
So there's nothing
anything.
even.
No.
Damn.
Their
Dies
special
instantly.
ability is drugs. Come on.
Yeah, and if we're not going to pay out Junungsha with the wine, I don't think we're going to pay out the drugs.
Yeah.
So that's tough. Yes, I'm assuming the gorillas are a representation of Newo's will. What does that even mean? What do you mean by that, actually? I don't
The
know
comment
exactly
for
what that
that
means.
was another child for Neo to kill. So
Well, hold on. What child am I freaking killing? We're talking about
Marcus.
freaking Marcus? What the heck? I would do no such a thing. Goodness gracious me. Okay. Well, interesting. Melania,
So
a thief.
Melania, given prep time, can do things, but none of her things are lethal. So
Interesting.
she's still dying. Like if it was just incapacitate, she'd probably be fine. But if she needs to kill them,
Okay.
she's not doing anything.
Solar panels. Oh wait, time period, right? Oh, I'm assuming that's for Lucy. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be enough for Lucy. Plus, does she have solar panels? I don't know. Anyway, okay. I think fair enough. And I'm kind of getting the feeling that like I feel like we're about to go on a roll of dies instantly, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm
Mercuria?
looking through. Yep. Diviner.
Yep. Okay. Let's keep it simple. Miss New Babel. She has critters.
She can talk to critters. Yeah. Or no. Her ability lets her control critters essentially. Depends on how many critters you're giving her, I guess. I mean, they're not huge, right? They're like the size of maybe a large dog or something. So you'll need quite a lot.
That's interesting.
If you even wanted to put an event.
I think that it'd be kind of unfair to not give Miss New Babel not an infinite amount, but a decent amount of critters. So I think that a neutral fight is kind of fair.
Yeah, if we're gonna give her 100 critters to fight 100 gorillas,
yeah,
I think that's fair.
I think that I want to pay that out to her because I think that'd be kind of nice. Is there a world like Willow says here where Miss New Babel tames the gorillas potentially, or is that not really on the
From what I
here?
can glean from her item descriptions, the control is not a consent based thing, so it's possible she can tame gorillas, I think.
Interesting.
Like it seems very much like she's imposing her will upon the critters.
Okay, interesting. Let's I'm not going to read into that actually.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Okay then. All right then. We are so close to letter V. We know who's soloing. Letter V. Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, hey, I don't know what that means, but we'll get to it. You about to turn this 1v100 into an RTS war game a little bit,
actually.
but I guess no one's directing the gorillas. Oh, unfortunate. Oh my god. Noir?
I think you know where Noir's going.
Okay, but like maybe she can like run over their toes. I don't know.
I mean, that's a very heavy
that's gonna
wheelchair,
hurt.
but
Right? That's a
Can't even
pretty
run
hefty
away, man.
wheelchair. What? Yeah. Um, what about like? No, the puppets that won't do much.
Uh,
Cause like I know the puppets are like on her.
yeah,
Nah,
but they're like
I'm
these
trying.
little
I'm
dudes.
trying. Yeah, I'm really trying. I'm really trying, and I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. That's tough. That's tough. Okay. Oh, pickles?
Pickles is very similar, I think, to Diggers and Sweetheart, where
Oh,
he
really?
has like mind altering abilities, but nothing to actually kill. He is a dog though, so if you can put him like incapacitate them for long enough, he could probably like, bite out their throat or something.
Yeah.
Neutral,
Yeah.
it'll be a long fight, but maybe neutral. He might actually no, actually no.
Yeah.
Down to I think he goes down one because he's not human, right? He doesn't have the same stamina that humans do. He will probably tire out just as
That's
quickly.
true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. But if they're, can he sleep them all?
I don't know what the limits of his thing is, because all I know is
Okay.
that he
Alright.
can like affect their mood and emotions and stuff.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I just realized this entire time, I could have just had the tier list on my main screen
Oh, and the
because I don't have anything on my main screen. Because I just realized this entire video is just gonna be me like looking to my like right. But whatever, that's
on your
fine.
side screen.
It doesn't matter that much. It doesn't matter that much. Anyway, ooh, the final 12 here. The final 12, if I'm not mistaken. Regulus. Does she
Regulus,
stand a chance here?
not physically, but she can go invisible. Unlike Apple, however, she cannot fly.
This is interesting. That's interesting. Because Regulus doesn't have the stamina issue, but can have the invisibility buff.
Yeah,
So, like, how far? Well, where did Apple land?
neutral.
Fight.
Just
I
because
think that
they wouldn't
neutral
go.
fight then.
Yeah, like assuming she's
I
able
think
to
neutral
avoid
fight for sure
them,
then.
then they just
Yeah.
can't beat her, right? But she won't win.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Interesting. Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Now, ooh, the person on the banners, Semmelweis. What do we? Wait, she's on the banners, right? Yeah, she is.
Oh,
Oh, is this interesting?
interesting in that it's spoilers again.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know what? Instead of just describing it to me, just where would you put her then? Considering spoilers included.
Probably best case scenario neutral,
Oh wow.
like absolute best case. Otherwise, she goes into parishes.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. Well, you know what? If you for your side of the video, you can definitely explain that if you want.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I think for now, we're gonna move on to. I was gonna do a voice again for Sotheby.
it,
I was
do
gonna
it,
do
do
the
it. You
welcome to
have to do the
Typhon.
Sotheby
No, I
voice.
don't. No, I don't want to do it.
Oh.
I don't want to do it. I'm so self conscious. Like I know that well I don't know is Fructose still in your chat? Like you're here in voice. Like there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. I'm like oh my god. I don't know if I want to do that. Anyway, Sotheby. She's rich.
She is literally
that about?
walking war crimes. Like poison, right? She throws her potions around
Yeah.
like it's nothing.
Oh my god, wait, yeah. But so, and we're assuming that she has at least access to quite a bit of it.
If we're giving everyone else their stuff, she gets her stuff too, right?
There you go. Element just did a redeem for Welcome to Typhon's movie party. So there you go. There you go. Very happy, very happy. Wait, so where's she landing on this?
She's definitely dying. No matter what, she's dying. I think
Oh,
she can
what?
make it neutral. Well, I mean, it's
Okay,
It's still 100 gorillas. Like they'll get to her. It's just they'll have to wade through like clouds of poison and stuff.
Damn. Can't she like turn herself into a coat rack though?
Sorry, that definitely something to do.
What just happened? Wait, hello?
For some reason, they chose tonight to have today to have the street cleaners come through. So that's what that was.
Dude, that was
Yeah.
there was a
sorry about
moment
that.
there where you were like it was literally just like a robot.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
crazy.
no, that was
like it was literally
it's
that
just
was
going
crazy.
up and down the street. It's really annoying.
Oh my god. Well, no, it's fine. It's GHG. I thought Appear Night got stormed. I did too. I
It's
was
so
like, oh,
over.
we're done. I was like, we're done. I'm just gonna like start throwing the rest of them in random places. Oh my god.
Oh, look at your other
God.
favorite
And-
character.
yeah, I know. I was just about to say, but real quick, with Sotheby, can she turn into something to hide in a way?
I mean, like, if she's a coat rack, we'll probably just break the coat rack, right?
I just got paid to do the voice by Bad
Hell
Wolf.
yeah.
This is so cringe.
Hey, you gotta.
Oh my
They
God, okay,
paid. They
fine.
paid.
All right, you know what? Let me quickly just switch screens, just so then they can see that like I'm gonna click on her, just then like I kind of get the. Okay. Let me just do it one more time. This is so embarrassing. Okay, all right, I'm gonna. Oh, this is really embarrassing. You don't understand how hard this is for me. Okay, like, this is hard. This is genuinely hard. Okay, okay, I borderline, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's to the point where like I'm like, I wish I drank before this. It's like that bad. Okay, all right. So okay. Oh shoot, this is so hard for me. I don't even know why. All right. It's nothing. It's nothing. All right. Well, give me a countdown. Give me a countdown so I'm forced to do something here.
Right? 3, 2, 1. 1. 1 nil.
Okay, do it again. Do it. No, okay, do it again. I swear, I'll do it this time. I'll do it this time. Okay,
Three,
looking. Okay.
1.
Welcome to Typhoon's movie party. Do you guys love that? I mean, that's solid, right? 10
Yeah,
out
that's
of
going in
10.
the VOD or in the video.
Thank you. I'm I'm realizing that if I ever had to like duo stream ever again, and people were like, do the bit, I'd be like, oh,
Do the-
like it'd be really hard.
It's fine.
It'd
The
actually
more
be
people see
really
it, the
hard.
less hard it gets, right? Because then they just expect it.
I just don't know about, because I will be like, you know, like I go to sleep after these stream. I'm gonna be like, oh, like it's gonna be, the cringe attacks are gonna be just wailing on me a little bit tonight. Oh my god, that was. No, it's fine. It's so fine. It's so fine. That was so normal.
Couple hundred viewers that see this stream eventually get to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually so cool, actually. That's actually so cool. I actually just won't be making a video of this, actually. Yeah, that'd be interesting how it's gonna be really funny, by the way, if you like pump out this video, even like within this month, and I'm just like 4 months down the track, I'm like, today.
Yeah, today,
That's gonna be great, actually, for me. Yeah, you know? Do it in Spanish? I do not know it in Spanish. I think I want to quit reverse after that. Hey, listen,
Damn.
me too, man. It sounds hag a bit. Okay, well, you know what? You record yourself doing it. Put yourself out there. Put yourself on the platform. It's not as easy as you think. Anyway, let me quickly mute the game again because I'm in the menu and it's just blasting the song. All right. Let's keep going here because we don't have too many left. Spathodia. Which, by the way, it's not Spathodia. There's just no chance in hell that I'm ever saying it as Spathodia. It's Spathodia to me.
So
Through and through.
Spats has Ulu's fire abilities, right? But she is not made out of fire. So I think at best she kills one before that thing like bodies her.
Damn, so it puts up a fight but ultimately perishes.
Because I mean she is still flesh and blood at the end of the day.
Damn. Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's just move on then. Tooth Fairy
is a medic. She has her little tooth fairies. They don't really do what she wants them to. They're just kind of vibing. She's a healer, but I don't think there's any amount of healing that'll get you past 100 gorillas. She dies.
Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. Yeah, can't help it with those. But because she uses the power of Ulu. Oh, Mr. Apple's saying, I think Spath goes in 100 plus because she uses the power of Ulu. What do we think about
No,
that?
yeah, she uses Ulu's power or is like some way connected to it. It's just the fact that she isn't herself made out of fire and untouchable means that she
Yeah.
will eventually
Yeah.
get crushed.
Yeah. Because she can use Ulu's power, but for how long as well?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like
think
we've seen her overheat.
so. Yeah. So you know what? I think that's a pretty fair position. So let's just move on again to Tuesday.
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 I think Tuesday. Bro, I'm
Tuesday.
assuming we're giving her the
Sorry.
baby, right?
We'll give her the baby. We'll give her the baby.
Ooh. Here's the thing, right? You read the story, yes?
Yeah.
Well, at one point she makes the guy so scared that he kills himself. So, I mean, realistically,
yeah.
she could do damage,
Oh.
right? If she just puts them all into the motel.
Yeah,
is a
that's
baby.
actually interesting. Yeah. Ooh.
Like
Is this like a beats 100
I
plus
think
situation?
this is 100
potentially?
plus because it doesn't really matter how many of them there are, right?
Yeah, that's actually interesting. Huh. That is an unexpected. Like, I didn't really think about it too deeply, but yeah, wow. Huh. Yeah, I didn't think about that like at all. That's actually pretty cool. All right then. Another beats 100 plus. Wow. And not from the place that I expected it from. That's pretty cool.
Tuesday.
That's pretty cool. But the motel won't fit 100 gorillas. But it's like more of an area of affecting, I feel, right?
Like
it doesn't need to be
like
in.
as long as they're within its range, I believe it'll hit them.
Yeah. No, I'll pay it.
Plus-
I think that will give it.
Yeah, plus the motel isn't
give it.
like a defined shape, right? It takes this form of a motel, but it can be anything. It was a castle at one point. So
I didn't even.
it's not even
I
a
didn't
set,
remember
a
that.
set
That's
form or
crazy.
anything like that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, instead of a motel, it's just a zoo
Yeah,
of
exactly.
horrors
Make
for
it
the
a zoo.
gorillas,
There you
right?
go.
Like, yeah, like done. Damn. Okay. Motel will grow with the more fear it absorbs, right?
Yeah.
And those gorillas will be feeling fear. Like,
exactly.
gorillas feel fear, like assuredly. So there you go. All right, next up. Final 6 here. Wow. Windsong.
Dies. Winsong is a researcher. At best, she
really?
can manipulate ley lines to do some minor things. Not to any degree that's going to help her.
Damn.
Like, she
Dude,
is
this
not
is
combat oriented.
so much more packed than I thought. That is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of these are not
Wow.
combat based.
Wow, that is amazing. Okay, there you go. Wait, Vila?
She's a mermaid. She's not really getting the benefits if she's not in the water. Right.
Okay, but if she's in her skin and she smiles,
Chat, hit the smiles.
there's a bit of a distraction. Yeah, hit the smiles. Like, is that a bit of a distraction? You know, like, are they like, oh,
Maybe for the first couple, but I think she's getting destroyed regardless.
yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, Vila. I'm sorry. I tried to argue for you, but that's pretty fair. All right, fair enough. Voyager. Now, I've already heard in the chat there's been rumblings. Oh,
So Bones and Apple said that Voyager needs to get her own tier, and I have to
What?
agree with that. Voyager is a cosmic entity. She is literally a space god-ish sort of thing. Like she is doing
Oh my
things beyond
God.
human comprehension.
Whoops, hold on. Wait, this is so. Like I said, I have been hearing these rumblings. There are so many people. Chip just said hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. You know,
Like
and
this is, it's not even close. Like she is so far above everybody else in the power scale. It's not even comparable. Except maybe Centurion. Maybe Centurion goes up there with her. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wow. Should I do like it's like borderline like tier break worthy?
Yeah, it's basically tier break.
Wow. That's amazing. So what is this? What do I even title this?
I don't know. Voyager.
Yeah, just Voyager. Voyager diff. I'll name it that. But you think Centurion should also go up
just
there?
because Centurion can't lose, right? Her entire thing is that she always wins.
But Centurion might get like she has to sleep. Does Voyager have to sleep?
No, Voyager's not even human.
So I think that might be the distinction, right?
Yeah.
Like Centurion, to a technical degree, has a limit.
Yeah.
Technically might have a limit. Wow. So the Voyager diff, huh?
Yeah, Voyager is ridiculous. I don't know why they have
Wow.
such a strong
I got
character
the diff.
playable because I feel like that kind of messes around with lore a little bit,
Mm,
right? Because it kind of takes away the stakes if you have
yeah,
God on your
yeah.
side.
Have they put Voyager in any meaningful
No,
story
not yet.
beats? Interesting. Interesting. Well, there you go. Damn, Voyager getting their own tier. That is, I straight up was not expecting that ever. That wasn't, that was not on my cards. That was not on my cards at all. So that's amazing. There you go, Voyager. Wow. And realistically, the second last one before we get into kind of unknown territory here. So that's pretty interesting. And funnily enough, wow, it would have been great to end on Voyager.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the letters did not allow us to do so.
I think you know where Willow
So,
goes. You read her story. I think you know
oh,
where Willow goes.
that's crazy. So we just went from the absolute peaks in the second last character with Voyager, basically clearing anything, deserving a tier break, something I've never done before, and we're ending it with the with the dies instantly. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
if she gets bodied by a bomb, she's not taking on gorillas, man.
That's crazy, dude. Wow. Okay, so as it stands with the Lord God himself, as we know it, we will do the final two. Let me just say that. But obviously, with less information at play here, I'm just going to quickly go through the tier list as it stands because I think that's a pretty good thing to do right now. We have Voyager in a tier of their own, literally untouched, broken up with a tier break. And next is in the Beats 100 plus category. I'll give them the shout out. We probably won't do the rest, obviously, but Centurion pretty much unbeatable as well. La Source with the drowning, TTT with the nukes, Ulu with the fire, Druvis the third with the plants, Liang Yue, Changling. Let's be real. Oh, sorry, Chung Liang. I keep saying Changling. Chung Liang, Lucy and Tuesday, all for their own really great reasons, all distinct as well, which I think is really cool. I think that's really cool. Also, guys, by the way, Centurion in tier break would kind of break the whole reason of a tier break. That like changes things. You know what I mean? Anyway, then we've got the
TV.
Beats 100.
I was saying that
Oh,
if she gets hit by a bomb and loses, there's no way she's going up against 100 gorillas. Just for context.
yeah, there's no chance. There's just no chance. There's no chance. And then we have the Beats 100 Easy. There's only 4 in there, so that's pretty interesting. Neutral Fight. We rounded out that category pretty well. So those are the people that are getting to roughly 50, but you know, there are some caveats to how they fight. Puts up a fight, but ultimately perishes. You know, we've got Leilani, Bunny, Flutter Page, those type of characters in it. And then, well, I mean, we do have the Fate Worse Than Death, which we'll get to in a second, but as the major part of what this stream became is kind of learning a lot more through the lore that sure they might have insane kits. Like we know that Door has like this insane, lore behind him, but realistically at the end of the day, we have a majority of the roster, I'm pretty sure, landing in the dies instantly category. That is crazy. That is crazy. Um but there you go. And at the very bottom, if you missed it, for the reasons, essentially the poop category.
No, please explain those reasons. Come on.
Okay, well, they're all awakened, right? And as far as we are aware, apparently they can't die. Now, if they can't die, that means we're dealing with gorillas. 100 gorillas. They're going to be consumed. If they're being consumed, but also still alive, I think that's a fate worse than death because at the end of the tunnel, literally, you're becoming excrement. That's pretty unfortunate. That's pretty unfortunate for them. Now, people have been saying that as far as they know that Awakens can die, apparently according to the 1.9 live stream. Listen, I'm putting myself into a Pierre's hands here. I'm gonna trust it. We're gonna trust that information and put them in a fate worse than death. But speaking about the lore master themselves, it is time to test where where he thinks we're going in 2.6 with Aleph and Recoleta. From
So
what you've seen so far, what do you think is going on here?
Aleph is a human. So
is
that so that's I think that tells us where he's going.
Not another dies instantly.
Yeah. And I mean I think Recoleta is going the same thing because she's also just a poet.
Oh shoot, really?
Yeah. Like I don't know how much her kit coincides with her lore, but she's just a poet.
Damn. Well, I guess updated till 2.6, that is every single Arcanist on the board. However, I have one more little trick up my sleeves, because there is one more Arcanist that we're missing. One Arcanist that I think truly deserves to be put on this, no matter where they end up, because it is something that we need to discuss. So let me chuck it in here. Vertin.
Vertin.
Vertin needs to be included on this tier list for sure, even if it means where I think they might be going, if I'm honest with you, dies instantly?
No. She might be able to kill one.
Oh?
So here's the thing, right?
She might be able to kill one.
Read chapter 5. At the end of chapter 5, she basically solos the big Manus dog thing. Right?
Wait, that's true.
Like she doesn't have her suit. Like she doesn't have the people in her suitcase. She doesn't have 37 helping her. She's essentially alone fighting this thing. I don't know how she does it. I don't know what happened, but she beats it somehow. So,
damn,
I'm thinking at least a couple gorillas, maybe one, bare minimum one somehow. Like I don't know how she does it, but apparently she does.
Now here's the thing: we put her in, puts up a fight, but ultimately perishes, and that's under the assumption that she doesn't have access to the suitcase, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously that
cheating, right?
Because that's basically cheating. That's Voyager tier, obviously, because then she gets everyone. So we're just going to assume that she doesn't have the suitcase for fight purposes. Otherwise, it's like, which if you think about it, does that mean no? Because they're like in the never mind. Because even like lore wise, it's not like they're all just sitting in there, right?
No, and like
they're
sometimes some of the characters we have aren't even in the suitcase. Like we haven't met them yet, right? We only met Radio in chapter 5.
Yeah. So timeline wise, that's pretty interesting. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Redshifted has. Oh, you know what? Let me go. Okay. I'm gonna do like the kind of like an ending kind of thing just before I move on to what a Redshifted said. And with that, every Arcanist from the 2 stars to the 6 stars have been put up here, including our GOAT ROG, the one we play as, Vertin, has been entered into the tier list. We've already run down the tiers, so there they are. From Voyager to the Fate Worse Than Death, every Arcanist and their chances against 100 gorillas. Now, Apirionite, looking at this tier list, are you comfortable saying that this is you're proud and confident with what we've landed on here?
Yeah, I would say this is pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah. I feel like all of this pretty much falls where I would expect it to fall.
Absolutely.
I'm just taking a quick look over just to make sure.
No, of course. Soak it in.
I mean, no, that makes sense. Like a lot of these are just not combat oriented.
Of course. And with it all making sense, I think really the only thing left to say here is that I think the tier list we've made here is absolute cinema. There we go. And that's the Niwosua's video right there. Capped. If you want to do something of your own, feel free. But that's where I'll probably end up ending mine. But I do want to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do want to bring something up because Redshifted has come in with some knowledge here. They have put in quotation marks, when an Awakens carrier is badly damaged, the consciousness linked to it may fade away. Simply put, this is how we die. Apparently, that's Lucy from the 1.9 live stream, 5745. Now, here's the thing. It says the consciousness linked to it may fade away. They say this is how we die, but that's may fade away. There's a bit of room there. I think there's a bit of room there to kind of to play around with that, So that's what I'll say. Now Aventurine has Aventurine. Sorry, I saw the A. Allura has put up their tier list. Let's look at it real quick.
Real quick, Chip. Thank you for the membership. I need to actually do membership tiers now. God damn. Thank you.
Oh my gosh! There you go. There you go. Wow! 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 Are we pulling for me now? Question mark. Ha! Smile. Ha! Smile. Dude, can you imagine like they get me in like 2 seconds?
My chat, yeah. The hell is
yeah,
that,
that'd
man?
be, dude. I'll be honest with you. I'd be kind of annoyed. I'd be like, whoa, hold on a minute. Like I would subscribe
as well for the membership.
I would subscribe. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Fructose. I would definitely subscribe to this conspiracy theorist. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, well, hold on.
Something's not right here.
Something's not right.
Did you show Newo the ball drawing? Oh, did they show you the ball drawing, Newo?
Oh wait, where? Where am I looking for this? Where am I looking for this? Hold on, let me quickly I'll bring this onto my main screen now, and then let me move that there just so we can see the full thing. So real quick, just for Allura's tier list, Cosmic Horror, easy win with some effort, could go either way. Pacifist route, any way to avoid a fight. Did not go gentle into that good night. El Bozo remains to be seen. And I think that it pretty much kind of lines up here. I think that this makes sense, with what we landed on. I'm kind of seeing pretty similar motifs here. So there you go. There you go.
Oh, Discord rooms. Okay, hold on. I need to kill my my thing real quick. No, go ahead.
Your what?
I just have to
kill you.
My screen because it's in DMs.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, but yeah.
You cut out. Yeah, I enjoy this quite a bit.
I think that we nailed the conversation of it. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty proud of that.
I'm gonna throw up Fructose's thing on.
Oh yeah, let me see this. Let me see this.
How do I do this? Hang on, image. OBS, man.
I just rather stuff this on my main screen. Okay,
oh, why is that so large? Hang on, let's size that down a little bit. Please. This is
honestly, I think
Fructose.
Jessica can beat a few gorillas.
It's Bald Nemo.
Oh wait, am I pulling it up on your stream?
I just threw it up on stream because
yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna get my phone out. I'll get my phone out.
I'm glad that this is what you're known for. That's a very...
Oh my god. Wait, that's fire. That's fire. That's crazy good. And I'm not even... And I hate that bold cap. So that's brilliant. Oh my god.
At least it shows your
god,
face,
the little
right?
hair sticking out?
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, that's fire. That is fire, Fructose. Wait, that's cool. Hello, what an interesting tier list. What's up, Kino? What's up, Kino? Yeah, 100 gorillas versus every arcanist. Wow. Thank you so much, Fructose, by the way. Thank you so much.
I feel like having the bald cap with just the two strands coming out is worse than just being straight up bald.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm also once again, I'm like, oh my god. Like once like in my head, I'm like, you and Fructose are like two like juggernauts in the space, you know? I'm like, I don't wanna I'm like scared right now. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna make a community joke there. Have you watched Community?
I've seen some of Community.
I was gonna make a Choi joke because he says like at some point he doesn't know how to say as many words, so he says like juggle knobs or something
Oh yeah.
instead of juggernauts. But then I was just like, that's just gonna feed people into like they're gonna be like, did he actually just say juggle knobs? Like, does he not know how to?
They don't know this
Does he not
guy.
know what that word? Yeah, and they're just like, oh, he's illiterate. Like he's really illiterate. Starboard worthy. There you go.
Yeah, the only thing I know from Community is the D&D episode with
Oh yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
one.
Which let me just say, all right, I I don't want to defend it. But like in the episode itself, they literally point out how terrible of a human being that person is being for doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're just like, "Oh, that's a hate crime."
Yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
like,
That's the point,
"Listen,
right? Yeah.
listen, like that's the whole point is that like we need to say that that's a bad thing." Anyway, whatever. Anyway, we should react to the content drops more. There's some fire in there. I probably should do some Oh, you know what? You know what I was thinking? We have a high amount of viewership right now. Do you want to quickly do just for a bit of fun? Um a bit of a react to Recoletta's trailer.
Yeah, let's do it. I actually haven't seen it yet.
Just might as well while we're here, you know? Cause I'm curious and like I'll be honest, this is a 2-minute trailer. The question is, can he span this out into an 8-minute video? That's the real question. That's the real question that's on all of our minds. We'll see when it hits. But I think that enough of the bit is like me being like, I'm here today with the Lord God of Periodite, you know? So like I think that'd be pretty good. I think that'd be pretty good. But that's all in the intro, so like I don't technically need to do that. You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. I just realized I don't have the second screen. Well, the screen where I'm in the bottom right, so it's fine. I can do this here. Okay. How am I? Oh, went robot for a second there.
The cleaning part is coming through again.
Okay. I'll give it a second. I'll give it a second. That was fire though. That fructose drone. I really appreciate that.
All right.
But yeah, guys, probably put in your high YouTubes now, by the way, because it'll probably get caught by the time that we get into the trailer. Okay, let me do like the. Okay, Periodite, are you ready? All right. Okay, a Periodite. Thank you. I'm glad to have you here. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm curious as well because I feel like we probably. I don't know. How do you consume the trailers? I'm curious. Like, what are you looking for in these trailers?
Usually usually I go through them a couple times, like twice-ish, right? Once just to see it, and then I go back and take a look at some small details I would have probably missed the first time around. Mainly what I'm looking for is just mostly literary references, since that's really what they like to lean on in a lot of these. And also just kind of how the trailer is structured in general, right? Like techniques or what kind of drew my attention to stuff.
Interesting. Because I feel like I feel like I'm like the quote unquote normie where I'm just looking for it. I'm like, do I want to pull the character after this? You know what I mean?
Bro, yeah.
So like
how much as a trailer, how it works, right?
Oh, and you know what? I just realized. Well, I'm gonna cut this part out, but we can expand this into character trailers into the in the tier list that I have because I can just chuck in Recoletta's thing. Hold on. Character trailers. Yeah. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me quickly just chuck that in.
And Lapera is going to be in that tier for a long time.
Yeah, I feel pretty bad. I feel kind of bad about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, right, Pumpa, so, thank you for the membership. Thank you. That's crazy.
And then Recoletta. Let me chuck in Recoletta here. Okay, there we go. All right. So yeah, and I think by the end of this, well, it'll be interesting to see where you would personally place it and where I would place it. And if there's any differences with that when we place Recoletta's trailer on the character trailer tier list. So that'll be pretty interesting. Okay. Sir, I get Vila my first role. What kind of team should I build? This is my first account as a newbie. Well, this is a great time to ask Essa Yang. Vila's pretty good. Oh, that's basically just a healer. I'm not gonna lie, I read that wrong. I didn't realize Vila. Vila's a healer.
Oh, thanks for
Even I
putting
can
in
answer that.
Budos. Sorry.
Vila's a healer. No, good. Vila's a healer. So she can slot into any team that you need. So she doesn't need to be built as like a DPS, I guess. Any thoughts on Vila? Up here, Knight?
I mean, she's probably one of the most generic supports. You can just throw her in wherever, honestly. Like, she just does everything, right?
There you go. There you go. Basically, just chuck her in any team. There we go. All right. Well, oh, whoops, I just pressed the wrong button. Let's get into... Wait, hold on. I just realized I need to mute my game. Because it is still making noise. Hold on. Down. Okay. All right. Where is my tab?
Damn. Also, don't call Nemo sir. He doesn't deserve it. Damn. This is one of your big your big contributors as well. That's crazy.
Wait. Who the heck? Who the heck? What the heck? Wolf is in your chat saying that?
Oh no, he's in your chat.
What the heck? Oh, what the heck? What the heck? That's crazy. That's crazy. He did it in front of my face and I didn't even realize. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. All right, let's I'm going to wait for that full screen thing to Okay, there we go. All right, let's get into it and see how it hits us here.
El conductor de burro asesinado está obsesionado con la primavera y sus rayos de la mañana, demasiado brillantes.
Recoleta, por Dios, Recoleta.
Oh, Señor Boyosa, what are you doing here?
You've been staring at that thread for 10 minutes. Quit all of this daydreaming and get back to work.
Alrighty.
A good writer should know how to balance her bread and her poetry.
Excuse me.
Did you say her bread?
Miss will have a bottle of your
like,
finest wine.
to
Right,
feed
sir.
herself, right?
One bottle of our finest wine coming up. Un símbolo de lujo y celebración. Perfecto para el comienzo de una historia. The key to truly spontaneous writing is trusting your gut, just as it is with arcane skills. Just clear your mind and let the creative power flow. Follow your instincts and strike.
What the heck?
hold on. My arcane skill is a bit off today.
Okay, so her skill is not just poetry.
You're working harder than
Yeah.
Las palabras
Damn.
secretas y la aleatoriedad del destino están soplando en el viento.
Great. Now we have to watch these again.
Another rejection from yet another publisher. No one ever appreciates the story of my little town.
Oh.
But that will change. All I need to do is keep writing. Marcus, Soneto,
Nice
What?
Marcus here, man.
what are
Oh,
you two doing?
What the heck?
What?
Two
What?
patches in a row, really? That's crazy.
Wait, what? Oh yeah. Wait, Marcus is doing a bit of a world tour.
Yeah,
My
what the heck?
novel. Gracias por leerlo, mis queridos amigos.
Oh wait.
Así que esto es lo que se siente.
Oh damn.
No estar sola nunca más. No
Oh.
lo entendiste en absoluto, ¿verdad?
Wait. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I think that Allure mentioned before that it was kind of like the Willow trailer where like it kind of like gives you a bit of like that at least a bit of the structure. So I kind of get that. Man. And I will say I don't know if they had time enough, but I feel like this feels a little bit like a response to 2.2, was it? You know, where people were like, "Oh, maybe there wasn't enough great representation," and like you're kind of seeing, you know, her speaking. Oh god, what's the specific language that she's speaking? Do we know? I don't really know.
Sorry,
but yeah, like, no, all good.
but
yeah,
she's
I
in
think that's,
Argentina,
like, I think it's really-
so I'm assuming Argentinian or
Yeah.
I don't know if she herself is from there though. I just know that's where it takes place.
Yeah. Yeah. But wow, Argentinian. That's really cool. I think that's really cool. I think as well, that is a really great ending. I really think that that's I think that it might be a bit too on the nose for me when she says this is what it feels like not to not be lonely anymore. I would like maybe a bit more subtlety, just a little bit. But it's just straight up Spanish.
Just
It's just
Spanish? Alright,
Spanish.
there you
Okay,
go.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Or
There you go.
Chilean.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, how'd that hit you?
One thing I wanted to note was the palette for this entire thing is very, very warm, right? Like if you just go through it, very bright, very warm, which really
Yeah.
contrasts with what we got for the actual story preview trailer.
Oh wait, you're
Right.
right.
And I think it's kind of like this like parallel of the mind is a prison versus the mind as kind of her release, right? Her window to the world, essentially. Because I think she and Aleph kind of show like two aspects of this whole thought process.
Yeah, yeah, which I think kind of comes through with the whole rise and fall of sanity thing.
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
bit, right?
Like it's all very
Wow.
like everything in here is super warm.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even really think about it like that. That's so sick. That's so sick. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Well, you know what? If you ever make a video, I'm sure that your breakdown of the little things would be really interesting. Like I think that it'd be kind of interesting to see, what the lines themselves, could maybe mean more. I'm curious about that.
And if you go back to like that the first scene where she's in the fields, like this is a really, really saturated palette, like extremely saturated compared to the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dream,
Yeah.
dreamlike sort of thing.
And and what's kind of interesting is that even when we quote unquote leave the dream world here, hold on, let me go back just a little
What
bit.
are you doing here?
Like it's still pretty damn bright.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's,
know?
like it's a complete 180 from what we got prior, right?
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, no, okay. That's pretty cool. I think from my perspective, just kind of taking it from my usual things of doesn't make me want to play the game, doesn't make me want to, pull for the character, and whatever the heck the other things were. I think that at first, for me personally, I think that I liked her character enough where I was like, oh, you know what? I'll easily do like a 10 pull. Like I won't save my pulls from getting her, because I think that her character here is a very warm character, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see. Well, I won't personally see it, but see how that, like you said, plays throughout this kind of more darker toned main story chapter that they're kind of feeding us here. But I think that seeing this warmth and kind of having that ending tone, here, just I just want to quickly play it through again. The violins or whatever it is, the strings in the back.
Gracias por leerlo.
Thank you for reading it. She's getting emotional.
Así que esto es
This is what it feels like to not be lonely anymore. Like it's just
persona nunca más.
that makes me emotional. That makes me emotional. I did, and I kind of ending it with the joke of you didn't understand it at all, did you? That's really cool. I think that that's pretty cool. I will say as well though, having these two in the trailer, I'm like, why are they here?
Yeah,
But
I'm very
Sonato
surprised to
was in
see
the main
Marcus
story.
here.
But Marcus, yeah, because we did see Sonato in the main trailer, but Marcus, I'm not as sure on. So that's kind of an interesting one. That's definitely an interesting one. So yeah, I'm interested to see. Maybe she comes in the character story. Maybe she comes instead in the main story. We'll see. And is this? And this is. Oh wait, hold on a minute. Oh wait, this is so interesting to me as someone that is in the middle of chapter 6 and 7, and kind of seeing where Marcus is at there, because I'm seeing Marcus here and I'm like, well, hold on, how is this all going to play out? That's pretty interesting. So this is pretty cool. But yeah, overall, a pretty nice trailer. Where not looking at the greater scheme of all of this, personally, where would you put this trailer?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think,
and I know that you like to sink your teeth in a little bit more, but as a prelim,
just like,
as a prelim,
first impressions.
yeah, first impression, where would you put it?
Let me think here. I would say it's probably an A. Like, it's a good trailer.
A.
It focuses on the character. It gets their backstory out, or I mean, like their not
Yeah.
even their backstory, like their motivations and why they're doing the things they do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
It's a bit lacking, I think, in terms of like actual driving force, like
I agree.
making. It feels like a slice of life. Let's put it that way, like a slice of life as
Yeah.
opposed to anything that's very much direction oriented.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that A is a pretty good place for it. Here's how I'm thinking about it, obviously within the context of my tier list, is if we're thinking slice of life, I'm immediately thinking Lucy. I'm also thinking about some emotional tones of like the journey with Barcarola, right? And I'm like, okay, so I think that this is probably better than Lucy's. And then I'm thinking, is it better than Noir's? And personally, I think it actually is. It feels a little bit more emotional. It feels like it pulls me in a little bit more. Because Noir's, I think, is also kind of it's a nepotism pick for me. I just love Noir,
Mhm.
and I think I maybe it doesn't deserve to be there, but I put it there. That's where I'm going to put it. I think that in A, I think it might land itself right here and potentially be an A plus. But I always say if I'm considering it, then maybe it's just an A. But I think that, like, because where did Willow's land? I don't think it's as strong as Willow at all.
Well, see, it's
I
a
think
bit
that Willow's is extremely strong.
it's a bit odder for
But
me
that
because I
ending
would
is
have
pretty nice.
placed Barcarola higher up, like probably past Noir. Honestly, I think Barcarola's actually tugs at the heartstrings a lot more. So I think it would still be Recoleta. Did you put Barcarola that low just because of the ending?
In a way, yeah, to me, it detracted a little bit too much from what I felt was compelling narratively.
Yeah.
Because if I'm taking it on the grounds of does it make me want to play the game and does it make me want to like learn more about the character, the ending feels like it robs me of both of those categories because it feels like I don't want to. Not that I don't want to play the game, but I no longer feel like I have something to discover with this character.
Hmm.
So that kind of knocks out both story and character for me because it feels like her arc is almost completed by the time that I've completed that trailer. So that's what knocked it down for me was that sort of thing.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, I think ignoring that ending part, I think Barcarola's garners more sympathy for her as a character than Recoleta's does. I can't
that's
even
pretty
place why. It feels that way to me. So I'd probably place it above
No,
Recoleta.
that's the exact reason why I love these tier lists is that you got to take in that bias there and where it might not come from anything. But yeah, I think that I'll put it in. I just realized I'm kind of blocking it, so let me quickly just change screens just for that's the whole tier list. That's the whole tier list. But yeah, so for me personally, I put it at the top of Age because I think that it made me feel a little bit more attached to the character because I want to know where they go from here. And also, I know I usually judge these in a bubble, but I really like that you pointed out the fact that, yeah, it is very interesting, the juxtaposition between this extremely saturated trailer and what we saw in the main chapter. That is extremely interesting to me because because even if we see it in the image I used, the background of it is like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and it's not sunshines and roses where we just saw sunshines and roses. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. That is really interesting. But yeah, I think that's where I'd personally place it. In A tier.
Yeah,
I think we roughly place it at least in the same. Yeah, A tier is a good spot. Obviously moving around in there, could be. I think that with that placement, we'll have to see maybe. I don't know if she gets an EP. I don't really know. We'll see how that kind of progresses. I might try and gauge the opinions of people as they play the story, how much they're resonating with her to see how many pulls I'm putting in. But for now, might not have been, the absolute cream of the crop of the cinema, but still, cinema nonetheless. Okay, I think that's. I was trying to give my.
You're gonna use that for
there.
every video coming up, aren't you? The cinema
yeah,
ending.
I think that it's like it's become kind of a bit, and I kind of like trying to figure out like how I'm gonna like weave that in. You know what I mean? So like I think that I'm glad to kind of have that bit keep going because I think it's funny enough to me. It's like in the same way with the Today, which I don't know. I just want to quickly point this out. I don't know if anyone. Dude, I in the latest one made it extremely aggressive to the point where I was like, this was maybe a bit too much on the day part. Cause like if we just listen to it real quick here, you're getting pulled into a classic Nemo stream here. Isn't that crazy?
That's
But
insane. I should have expected
like-
this.
yeah. But like if you hear it here, that's just not it.
Today, the
Like I don't know why in this
Today.
one I really leaned into the day, and I don't really know why I did that, to be honest. But I did it. It was a choice I made. I don't think I'll probably be doing it in the next one, but you know, there it is. There it is.
Oh, I
Hold on.
assumed you just
Feel salty about
had them like all like as a stock clip, and you just threw them at the start of each video.
I used to have it as a stock clip, but for some reason in the latest ones, I've just decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. So yeah, I don't know. Sonny says, let me chill in Discord. Please, I need to correct. Okay, hold on. I don't know if it thing, but if anyone else in chat wants to use it, by the way, there it is.
This travesty.
I just put it up there just in case, But yeah, what's it? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong goddamn tier list. I'm silly. Whoops. Anyway, that's the character tier list. My bad, G. But yeah, I think that. Oh, I'm curious actually, just because I feel like at least because Badwolf's bringing it up, where would you put 37s personally?
37's. Ooh. 37. So, okay, I think the ending of 37 saves it with the whole like narration of her being truth and all.
Okay.
That said, the rest of it is kind of just nothing. You know what I mean? It's just.
Listen. There's a reason it's in C.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd even put it in
Yeah.
C. Honestly, it would probably be down there with Milani if I'm being super honest with you. It's just not a very compelling trailer.
Damn.
Right? Because like with
That's
Melania's, right? You at
crazy.
least get some inkling of what she's about.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
37 is just like, oh, okay, it's this girl who can't do anything on her own, but apparently she's really smart, and that's it. I don't know anything about her. I don't know what her story's
Wow.
gonna be.
Okay. You know, fair enough. Wow, I didn't expect it to go even lower. I was like, maybe we're gonna give Bad Wolf a little bit of a little bit of help here, but no, we actually sunk it even lower. That is intense. That is intense.
I am very
And,
particular about my trailers.
Hey, fair enough. I would I don't know if you sent it originally, but I would love to see what your version of this looks like sometime. Coming from the guy who named his channel after a parent island too. Yes. I kind of
We
forgot
gotta
about
be
that. That is
impartial
true.
about it. No bias here.
Yeah, damn. That's tough. Now, looking at the screen, what would you put as your best trailer? I'm curious.
Best trailer? I mean, I actually think Sixes was fantastic. But is that the best though? Hang on, let me go through these real quick. Okay, I think it's Zol's cheating. No, it's gotta be Tuesday. I love Tuesday's trailer so much.
Tuesday's trailer is pretty good.
It's
I
such a
think
good
that
trailer.
without bias in mind, Tuesdays is genuinely like very captivating. I agree with that. I think that's a fair place to put it. Man, there you go. Tuesday at the top. What about Six's trailer then?
I really like Sixes. Six
Yeah,
would go in S tier for me.
Yeah, Six. Yeah, wow. I will say, Six became the gatekeeper for A plus to me, and it kind of became like a staple where it kind of felt like, okay, how do things break through from here? So I liked keeping him in A plus, but I can very easily see the S tier. Like I think that a lot of the A pluses can find their way in S. I think I've said this like a few times, but like S to me sometimes feels like a personal choice.
Yeah.
You know, like Pickles isn't the best trailer, but it's Pickles. I love that trailer, you know, so
Of course.
that's the reason it's there.
It's just Sixes is like really
yeah.
cinematic. Even compared to all these other ones, it
It
feels
is.
like a movie trailer.
It does. It really does strike a completely different vibe, which I think is really cool. But yeah. There we go. I don't even know if I'll be ending stream now. I don't know if you will be. But this was a great. We gotta I don't know if it needs to be another tier list. I don't know what it needs to be, but we should do this again sometime.
Yeah, this was really
We should do this
enjoyable.
again sometime.
Next
Yeah,
time
this was
I'll
good.
actually
This
be
was good.
prepared because
Yeah, I apologize for that. That's on me too. So you know, I'll make sure that we actually get it synced up next time. But yeah, alrighty. I'll probably hop off the call just so I can start
same.
winding
I
down.
need to go to
And
bed.
I'll be yeah, realistically, and when I say wind down, it's gonna be like another hour of me yapping my ass off. So you know,
Yeah, I'll probably just hop in your thing then.
that's
Hell yeah. All right.
that's lovely. That's lovely. But yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure running that.
Yeah, that was very enjoyable. I like that a lot. All right. Until next time then. Goodbye. See ya. Oh man, that was fun. All right, let's go back over chat real quick before I kill it for the night. Wait, why does it have that up, please? Okay, cool. Why did it freeze? There we go. Sun's up. Look at that. Holy. I was not expecting to get through all of it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it was starting to take a bit towards the end, but we got it. Oh, ShinyBot. I didn't know ShinyBot was here. Hi, Shiny. I don't know if you're still in, but yeah, we were ranking gorillas and stuff. 100 gorillas versus each Arcanist. The Arcanist didn't fare that well. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of them were not suited for this. Evil, I know you said you were leaving a couple minutes ago, but have a good one if you're still here for whatever reason. Sun's come up. I need to go to bed, so I'm not gonna stick around for too long or much longer at this point. I wasn't planning on streaming today, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing any other reverse stuff before the next patch. So yeah, most likely I'm streaming again whenever 2 point, what are we at? 6 drops. Because I'm working on a video right now, so I want to focus on that more. But yeah, I'll be streaming. Thank you all for coming in, and thank you for everyone who became members. I was not expecting to get members of this chat. All right, this stream. All right, thank you, Restful. Yes, thank you, Shiny. If you're streaming later, I might be able to pop in. I might be asleep. I'm gonna be so real with you. But yeah, all right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Follow Newo if you haven't yet. He's really funny.